Gaming Morning Show.
Things put on pancakes and rhyming bear intros. Austin confused about whose sister married the bros. In the UK, dooley-doo tugs on our heartstrings. Gaming Morning Show is one of our favorite things.
It's Paul.
It's Paul.
Who are we kidding?
Pumpkin spice and fall. Paul.
We all know our favorite thing is the season of Paul. Pumpkin spice latte time! Besides the tasty drinks, the weather is cooler.
We get the most time where it's cooled off, but it's not always rainy. Sometimes it's rainy for part of the day, but then it dries up and it's just a nice, cool, cloudy day. I like that.
There's football on.
Man, did we have a great football weekend? Both of our teams performed to the tippy top of their tippiest top of performance, and boy, football is fun.
That's gotta be enough for all of the hosts of Gaming Morning Show, right? Right?
Okay, so when Club Penguin changed, they changed everything, they got more mainstream, and I wrote them an email. And I was like, it would be really nice if you guys could go back to the way things were, because the original Penguins, we really miss it. I speak on behalf of all of the OG Penguins, and we all are really upset. Right, you've changed, man.
You're the Lorax for Club Penguin.
I was. I speak for the Penguins.
Well, Penguin begins with a P. So, happy Paul, everyone, from all of us at GMS. Broadcasting live from Redner's Rescued Cat Figurine Museum in Menominee Falls, Wisconsin.
When Sean Redner told his wife, Hillary, that he wanted to turn their Wisconsin home into a museum of cat figurines, she had a predictable response. We're gonna do what?
We'll do that some other time, huh? Okay then. Broadcasting live from the same places they've been since 2020. It's time for Gaming Morning Show.
Morning, gamer. Welcome in. It's Gaming Morning Show. We're so glad you're along with us wherever you may be. Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and at gamingmorningshow.tv. There we go. It's so good to see you. That's Sports.Gaming, left side of your screen. I'm Hefty Goof. Yesterday, you were so kind to immerse me in the land of Resident Evil Village for GMS Tuesday nights, and oof, that was fun.
It was fantastic. Everyone had a great time.
Tell me more about this, everyone.
90% of people had a great time.
Okay, cool. I know who didn't. Kissy or whatever. Kissy Wissy.
Kissy Missy?
Yeah.
Nah, she had a great time.
Kissy Wissy and Nom.
Except for that one moment where you threw her across the room. She didn't like that.
wasn't across the room, it was across the bed. So
Which spans the room.
It's not a very big room. Thank you for being here. Just so you know, I think your camera's farther down than it usually is because we adjusted everything for last night. Holy cow. Good morning. Weekend of the week was popping on October 12th, 2022. Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and at gamingmorningshow.tv. I spy with my little eye. I am JF Downs, who was first this morning, right at 6:01 a.m. Pacific time. Good morning, Downs. It's good to see you.
First,
we have Scott Chick, who's here, our deputy cat petter of Gaming Morning Show. I am JF Downs, as I mentioned. Keith Anthony here. Wow, 6 o'clock before the FHC.
Nice.
Wow, it's good to see you. Drew Mega's here as well. Many of you, if not all of you, were here for yesterday's GMS Tuesday nights. We played GMS Fudge. We have some clips we'll be able to share from that show. I still can't believe that you would scare old little Hefty Goof with a puppet.
Mm-hmm. I would say it wasn't me, but one of them was 100% me.
Definitely. All right, we got a lot in store for today. Downs, right at the very beginning, by the way, said, did you hear there was controversy with the Fat Bear Week votes? Well, guess what? We'll tell you a story about who won Fat Bear Week. I don't know if it'll spotlight the controversy. We'll tell you that later this hour. Downs, do me a favor. If we don't get to the bottom of this, if we don't have a thorough GMS investigates, then you can let us know what the controversy is. Also, next hour, a Minnesota man put together a 2,560-pound pumpkin, and it won a championship. I guess he didn't really put it together, probably grew it in the ground, but...
Piece by piece.
It's a Lego pumpkin. Do you know how much pumpkin spice we could extract from that thing, though?
So much of the pumpkin spice.
So many.
Pumpkin spice latte time!
It's National Farmers Day, National Freethought Day. Yeah, that one was free. I didn't even have to pay for it. It's
Nice.
all right up there. It's National Gumbo Day, National Savings Day, National Vermont Day, National Curves Day, National Emergency Nurses Day, National Fossil Day, National Stop Bullying Day, National Take Your Parents to Lunch Day.
Nice. I don't think I'm going to have time for that today.
But I think you take your parents to lunch far more than I do.
That's true. They live in the same town, so it is easier.
Does kind of help things, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I do like going to lunch. I also big fan of Vermont. If you've never been to Vermont, take some time to go to Vermont.
I have not been to Vermont.
Yeah, it's pretty okay.
How's the Gumbo and Freethoughts in Vermont?
I hear Vermont's a great place to write. So with Freethoughts, must be pretty okay there. Can't tell you how the Gumbo is up in Vermont, but I bet it involves some sort of seafood. So, like a lobster. I like how I said that singularly, like it's just one lobster.
Un lobster.
That's all you get up in Vermont, is you just get one lobster. I definitely have lobsters there. Down says, I can't wait to see if Ryan survived Fudge Village. Yes, he lives. Yes, I did survive. There were definitely some scary moments, but I'm happy we were able to put it back on the air. If you haven't seen a GMS Tuesday nights, we'll tune in next week. We'll have GMS Sports. There'll be an F1 edition. I think the race that weekend is in Austin, isn't it?
Attack?
12? I'm pretty sure it's there.
Yeah, that sounds right.
That's probably why we planned it that way, but now I don't even remember our own plan, so... We'll look that up. We'll have sports coming up at 7:50 this morning. In 10 minutes from now, Gaming Morning Show, Morning Gaming News, the video game headlines you need to know. And then at 6:50, birthdays this day in gaming history. So stick around. Lots to come this particular show on the weekend of the week. Welcome back, Keith Anthony. It's good to see you here early. How do you look so fresh-faced and bushy-tailed so early in the morning? My secret is that I wake up and throw my hat on.
It's true.
I did notice, though, you can see it in my camera. There's the shininess right here. This hat is just layered in sweat. It's just really gross. But yesterday, since I was at Sean's house, I wore it forward like I normally do. And holy cow, the front of this hat is kind of gross.
Might be due for a scrubbing.
Yeah, but if I do that, then all the luck washes out.
Which luck?
We made the playoffs and then lost to the Oilers' luck.
Oh, okay. I'll allow that.
NHL season got underway yesterday, I think, or if not, it's tomorrow or it's today. Like actual United States portion. Like I said, the Predators, Sharks were playing over in Europe to get a couple of regular season games started. Keith Anthony says, it's my day off. I've done 0 today and have no intentions, so I made a rare early appearance. Hey, everyone needs a solid I did absolutely nothing day, and I'm happy that you're finding yours today.
Yeah, it's important. You got to take those days.
Sean's doing that tomorrow. Sean's already told me that Sean's not going to do a single thing on his day off tomorrow.
Yep. I'm going to sleep in and do nothing.
You went to the pumpkin patch last weekend. Is that correct?
Yeah, it is correct.
Did you bring us any cider donuts?
No, we didn't go to that pumpkin patch. We went to the better pumpkin patch.
The better?
Yeah.
Okay.
One that's not overpriced. But the more expensive one does have fabulous donuts and apple cider.
Okay, how about I go to that one and I'll go buy those without buying a pumpkin?
I'd love that.
Perfect. Drew Mega said, I really enjoyed Kissy Missy providing emotion. Is that what that was? Was that my emotional support plushie yesterday?
It was emotional something.
I kid you not, chat. Sean's setup has one monitor on the left, one monitor on the right, and then he has actually this itty bitty little monitor that's between his ring light. I think you use that to record GMS plays, right?
That's where our faces live during the show.
Oh, so you see me right now?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Direct.
That
eye
way,
contact.
it looks like I'm looking at the camera, but really I'm just staring at you. Staring into your eyes.
I will admit, so I kept looking up there, and I have a hard time not looking at the cameras because I've been trained my whole life to talk straight through the camera. And so I kept seeing that, and like I feel like I was doing a whole bunch of like office gym fourth wall breaks or whatever the case may be, where something would happen, I'd be like didn't mean to, but that was the case. Anyway, I kept looking at that monitor to see if those, after I threw Kissy Missy to the back of the room, and after the person whose room that is occupied brought the other one, what's the other one's name?
Huggy Wuggy.
Gross. Brought that one back in. I kept expecting them to move. I'm not messing with you. I expected them to move. I would hear sounds from the game. Audio in that game is so good, or your audio setup is so good. One of the two. And I would hear something move, and I'd be like, "They're moving." I'm gonna look back there. And it's gonna be like terrifying.
So good.
Scott Chick says, so what you don't want to do is fall asleep whilst watching someone play Resident Evil. You will have weird dreams, and the screaming will make you jolt. See, now I feel bad. Scott Chick had bad dreams because we chose to play a silly game.
I still think she's okay with it.
I am happy everyone had fun. That was really tense. And the Resident Evil part that we got to, this was Resident Evil Village. Everyone had said this was the part, and it didn't disappoint. I even showed it to Hefty Wife, and I was like, look at this. And when Hefty Wife is incredibly terrified, she always goes, oh, Ryan. She thought I overreacted.
Well, you reacted just how you were supposed to. Hello, you look very handsome in your orange bow tie for Halloween season.
Oh, look at that. Or Broncos season. I like how he had kind of taken like a leave of absence, and now Arturo the cat has kind of been back better than ever.
Yeah, he's been making his rounds more.
Really nuzzly. If you want to know why we're vamping, Rocket League has an update on my end, so we're not going to get a play before the news. So, extended opening segment of this morning radio show that plays games.
That's why we called in Arturo for a cameo.
I don't know why Arturo's a lefty.
I wonder, do you think cats have a dominant side?
Well, whenever
Like a right side, left side?
Whenever Arturo murders a bird, which arm does he swipe with?
The only video evidence I have of it, it was right paw.
Yeah.
And he does that thing that some cats do where you give them food and they try to use their paw to scoop it and eat it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's done both, but I wonder which one he prefers.
I mean, I eat with both hands, but one's strong, so I'm guessing it sounds like a righty. If he's swinging with his right, you know, maybe a couple of little jabs with the left claw, but then bam, right hook. Good morning to King Greg. Good morning to Kalaf. Our head of research and development is here this morning. Thank you for being here very much. I don't feel bad. I chose to wake up early to catch some of it. Well, thank you for being there. It was really fun to see how many people showed up. Watch what paw they bat the toys with the most. That's how you know it's a Scott Chick.
I'll keep an eye out.
We'll report back. King Gray is calling Arturo's murder of the bird a birder.
Birder.
It was first
I like
degree
it.
birder.
I almost said birder she wrote. Did you see the news?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Angela Lansbury dead at 96 years old. It's interesting because Angela Lansbury has a few just if I were to make a timeline, if for some reason I would make a timeline of how celebrities have interacted with my life, which would be a weird timeline to make, but let's go down that road. One of my grandparents was really into Murder, She Wrote, was very interested in Angela Lansbury's career, like even back into like, I think with Broadway. I know that she was a very talented singer. I think she was even in a lot of films where she used to sing, or if not, always sang. And I bring that up just because I remember those moments vividly, because those were some of my best moments with my grandma. And then Bedknobs and Broomsticks, and her being Mrs. Potts in the animated Beauty and the Beast. All of those things are just like, I don't know, for some reason she just kind of seemed like she was always there. Like I remember when Betty White passed, but I only associated Betty White with Golden Girls and then some of the funny stuff she did like commercials wise after Golden Girls. Like Angela Lansbury I knew existed basically my whole conscious life. So it was weird to see that.
Yeah, she was definitely around.
Yeah.
She did quite a bit, and I'm scrolling through her Wikipedia page. Yeah, she had a couple streaks where she was on Broadway, and of course she was Irish, I believe. So she had a pretty good stint in West End in London. So did quite a bit in the English theater scene as well. But yeah, her career was extensive for sure.
Yeah, Sketchix had sad news, Incredible Woman. She was still acting in 2018 at the age of 92. What movie was she in? Because I remember that and being surprised that she was in that.
She was in Mary Poppins Returns.
Ah.
Was the big one around that time. Okay. But it looks like she was in 3 movies in 2018.
Wow. I mean, it makes sense. Like, I shouldn't be shocked that Angela Lansbury died, but like, I don't know, it just kind of came out of nowhere. So, to honor Angela, we'll read King Gray, as you know, with murder in the first degree is a serious crime. Let the pause. Let's take pause for the victim. It was Birder, she wrote. Murder, She Wrote was always tied to sports because it was always the promo on like CBS Sunday football games for the longest time, because I think it was a Sunday night show if I remember right. And so there'd always be people like Pat Summerall being like, Chiefs lead the Cowboys 13-10 in the fourth quarter tonight on CBS. Tune in for 60 minutes except on the West Coast, and then it's Murder, She Wrote. It was like every broadcaster had this pregnant pause with that comma that was in the title of that show. Murder, She Wrote. All right, let's get the news. Video game headlines of the day. As always, we turn to hashtag video game expert Sean.
Good morning. It is Wednesday, October 12th, 2022, and this is your gaming morning show, Morning Gaming News. More Overwatch 2 news. Overwatch 2 is doing something right, and that's getting us to talk about it every day. But we're closing the loop on all of the craziness that has happened with the Overwatch 2 launch, and the fact that it's time for them to make apologies. And Overwatch 2 is offering double XP and free skins as an apology for the rough launch. This is from Ryan Dinsdale of IGN. Specifically, they're offering players double XP, a weapon charm, and a free skin to make up for the rough launch. They apologized to their fans for the initial issues in a blog post, and also announced that it would run several double XP weekends for players to catch up after the game was often unplayable during its first week. For a number of days, Overwatch 2 was plagued with long queue times, controversial policies, and the removal of certain heroes. Anyone who logs in between October 25th and December 6th will also be given a legendary skin for Reaper, the Cursed Captain, alongside a health pack weapon charm. So this is, not a bad start. It's nice to see them acknowledge that, hey, things have been bad and do something about it. There will be lots of analysis as to, does this make up for the things that people have had to deal with, but at the end of the day, they're at least doing something to make up for it, and it's still a free-to-play game, so I think it's at least a good step.
Wasn't Overwatch not a free-to-play game, and then they made Overwatch 2 a free-to-play game. Do I have that right?
Correct.
Okay. So definitely a transition. I think my only wish is, because this is not the first story that you've read where somebody, some company had a problem with a game that had cosmetics, and so then they would offer, you can get this one, we're sorry. Which, I'm happy they're doing something as opposed to nothing, or trying to be like, Overwatch 2 is fine. It's you. You're wrong, right? I just wish they would give people like almost more of an in-store credit, because what if I never play Reaper, right? I have so many Apex Legends skins that I just don't care about because I've never wanted to play that character. I would rather it be, and I don't know what's the downside for them doing this, because someone who is probably in the economics could tell me that like supply and demand would even out. There's probably just as many people who are interested in buying that specific Reaper skin because they want that Reaper skin as there will be people. Heck, people might not redeem it as much. Mm-hmm. I don't know. They might forget they have it. So
yeah, they can give you some store credit that you can accidentally spend on a different skin while you're chatting with your friends, like we talked about yesterday. I hope they fixed that already. Overwatch 2. It is free though, and I've never played Overwatch, so maybe in a few months when things are ironed out and working a little smoother, I'll give it a chance and see what it's like, just to know what it's like. No idea. In our next news story, Meta has officially announced the Quest Pro VR headset, but it's for work, not gaming. This is from Tyler Lyles of IGN. This is the GMS gaming working news. They've been teasing a new headset under the codename Project Cambria, and leaked images have surfaced online, but now it's been officially unveiled. It's the Quest Pro virtual reality headset, and it's available for pre-order now on Amazon. In a tweet, Metaquest says, "The VR revolution is underway. We've designed an all-new headset packed with advanced tech and geared for productivity, creative work, and collaboration. This is Metaquest Pro, available 10.25, pre-ordered today." It does look nice. It looks very nice. It's claimed to have 37% more pixels per inch and 10% greater pixels per degree than the Meta Quest 2. The design of the Quest Pro is slimmer and more compact compared to the Quest 2, with pancake-shaped lenses and a curved cell battery on the rear, which Meta claims is both the slimmest and most balanced VR device it has ever made. Meta says the controllers are designed to provide stable stacking across all of your VR apps. And then I get a big ol' ad. Go away, capital One ad. Meta previously confirmed earlier this year the Metaquest Pro is designed for work, not gaming. Meta reiterates this in the latest blog post, noting that there is a ton of content and updates still planned for the Metaquest 2, while also confirming that the Quest Pro is backwards compatible with Quest 2 apps and games. Metaquest Pro is available to pre-order for $1,499.99 and will launch on the 25th.
You said it has pancaked shaped something. Bob
lenses, yeah.
Bob immediately looked at me and wants to say something. Go ahead, buddy.
Put it on a pancake.
There you go.
But don't touch the lenses. They'll get smudgy. In our last news story, speaking of VR, actual segue, Among Us VR gets a November release date. This is from Tyler Lyles of IGN as well. Among Us VR, the virtual reality port of the 2018 online social game, arrives on November 10th and will cost $9.99. It was initially announced during the Game Awards of last year. Among Us VR allows you to play with up to 10 players. You assume the role of either a crewmate or an imposter, just like the regular Among Us. And it plays very similarly, except you're in VR, which adds a new level of suspense and chaos that will provide a fresh perspective for longtime players. It should be fun.
This game actually seems like it would be really interesting to play in VR. So I assume if it's out for my VR headset, then yeah, I'm on board. If I can play it at work, though, with my VR Pro headset. I don't know. I've seen a lot of people interested in working in VR, so maybe it's going to be more of the future than I realized. But yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's neat. So the tricky thing is going to be playing Among Us with friends, Among Us VR with friends, because you got to find 9 other friends that have and use their VR headsets.
Yeah,
so,
no, it's definitely not going to be one of those where you're going to be able to, you're not going to be able to, get everyone together really quick. And it's like, oh yeah, you're going to have to learn how to meet new people probably. So.
Yep. It'd be worth trying though. We'll check a look in November. And always last but never least, we finish off today's Gaming Morning Show morning gaming news with the world-renowned segment within a segment where we take a look at what is out today. Bloodwash is out on Xbox One, Xbox Series and Switch. Lego Brick Tales is out on the PlayStations, the Xboxes, Switch, and PC. Stardius is out on PC. The Battle of Polytopia is out on Switch. Unusual Findings is out on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series S, Xbox Series S, and Switch. Valkyrie Champions is out on PC. War Pips is out on PlayStations, Xboxes, and Switch. World War II Bunker Simulators is out on Xbox One and Xbox Series S/X. And for the most prestigious award in video game focused morning shows, your favorite segment within a segment within a segment, today's name of the morning goes to Go All Out! Out on Xbox One and Xbox Series S/X.
Why are you yelling at me?
They put the exclamation point. I didn't do nothing. Just do what I'm told.
Go all out! Okay. Well, there you go. That's our name of the morning. It could become name of the month, and if it does, you'll have a chance to win it. If you're a Patreon subscriber, you have a chance to win it immediately. If you're not, well, you have a chance to win it sometime next month. No, sorry, at the end of the year. Next month would be when we announce the winner, and then we would... anyway, whatever. If you're a Patreon subscriber, there's a chance that you can win it sooner than later. If you're not, you'll still have a chance to win it. Let's just put it that way. Our name of the month for the month of September was... whatever. Land. Did get some correspondence from the folks who made it, and we might be having them on the show coming up on a future episode of Gaming Morning Show. So very excited about it. Stick around for that. Reminder, this weekend, some changes to Patreon, so if you have not already checked those out, go to patreon.com/gamingmorningshow, and you can learn more about our new subscriber tier that will launch this weekend. But thank you to the nearly 30 of you who have already become Patreon subscribers, and thank you, Sean, for the Gaming Morning Show morning gaming news.
You bet.
Yeah, I think Among Us in VR would actually be kind of cool. Yeah, I just need to bust out my headset. Down says I have VR but don't use it. I'm kind of the same way, where I had stopped using it because I thought that maybe it was giving me like eye problems. I've asked Sean, I've asked my PCP, primary care physician, I've asked my eye doctor. Consensus is it's probably not giving me any sort of eye issues, so I guess I'll open it back up and try it again. I was enjoying it. I just got freaked out because all of a sudden I started seeing little dots and stuff in my eyes. So,
yeah,
bad coincidence apparently.
Yep, hey, it's just getting old.
Thank you. Drew Mega says, but was it in caps? That's true. Sorry, Sean. Could you read it as it stands right now? What was the name of the morning again?
Go all out.
And if it had been in caps, what would that sound like?
Go all out.
That's actually what Sean says every morning to his friend who lives outside. It's Bear Bear. Bear Bear. He doesn't run and hide. Instead, he stays waiting for the curtain to open. Bear Bear's here. There's no more moping.
Nice.
That was my best one in forever.
That's pretty good. I think you do better the day after you've been incredibly scared. So we should probably do more Fudge Village.
My shoulders, my forearms, my biceps area, I was so tense for that whole thing last night.
Yeah, my favorite part was when you asked me if you were having a heart attack. I was like, oh, I don't know, does your arm hurt? You go, yeah. I go, uh-oh. Wasn't a heart attack, though.
The stuff that you find funny, I'm telling you. telling you. So, all right, let me put into the chat. This is going to be a link directly to watch the VOD of GMS Tuesday nights, GMS Fudge. We played Fudge Village yesterday. So there you go, GMS Fudge, ! And bam, that is in the chat. Keith Anthony said, I watched a few streams of Overwatch, and it seems like unorganized, messy mess, and there's no structure. It's not for me. So I have the same takeaway as you do, Keith, but it sounds like it would be a blast for me to play, because it's just like chaos stimuli on the screen. Stuff's happening all over the place. And I also like the fact that there's like set roles. Like you can have a certain person play a certain position or certain type, as opposed to like sometimes in Apex Legends you get people who are like all aggressive characters, and it's like, I mean, I guess that's a strategy, but I'd rather play with people's like strengths kind of distributed, right? So might be for me. Drew Mega said, I'm satisfied with that. Thank you, Sean. Caleb said, pretty okay. And then you opened up the curtain and there was a bear as opposed to Kissy Missy, which Drew Mega thought would have been awesome if Kissy had shown up behind the curtain.
Had I had any amount of time to prepare it, I totally would have done it.
No, I think we're good where we are. I wouldn't listen to Drew Mega. I'd listen to Old Hefty.
I mean, Halloween's coming,
Okay,
so
right.
who knows what's going to be behind the curtain.
6:39.
You can news if you wanna.
Here's the story we're tracking at this hour. JF Downs, if you're here, please listen along, because if this does not address the controversy that was Fat Bear Week, then we need you to help us out. If you missed it last week, we talked about the start of Fat Bear Week, and then there was a poll, and you could vote for matchups over the course of the entire week. And this is from the UPI staff. Katmai, National Park and Preserve, announced that's right, My Bear 747 has been the winner of the annual Fat Bear Week contest.
747.
Bob was rooting for 747 too. It's actually the Bears' second win, writes UPI.
Oh.
The contest started on October 5th. Bear fans cast their votes for the winner at fatbearweek.com. Quote, Fat Bear Week is a celebration of success and survival. It's a way to celebrate resilience, adaptability, and the strength of Katmai's brown bears. Katmai's Fat Brown Bear celebration started at Fat Bear Tuesday 2014. It was so popular that it grew into Fat Bear Week in 2015. Bear 747 narrowly beat competitor 901, who was a first-time contender. I don't think the story in the least addressed any controversy about Fat Bear Week. So Downs, the chat field is yours if you want to address any potential Fat Bear Week controversy. It's definitely being talked about on Twitter. This is a tweet from the first person I randomly see after I read Downs. Bear 747 nearly didn't make it to the final because of an unprecedented case of voter fraud in the semifinals that was quickly corrected by officials. The first tweet I see is a Rolling Stone article that says Fat Bear Week hit by voter fraud attempt. This person who has it says, unknown person sent in 9,000 spam votes from fake emails to sway the outcome of Fat Bear Week matchup on Sunday. National Park Service says it's the first attempt to undermine their process. Here's what they're doing to protect Fat Bear democracy.
Wow.
Again, that's what some random person wrote on Twitter. I have no clue if that's absolutely close to factual, but there you go. There's the tweet. Oh, we have a story from KLAF, and that's from NPR, which might be a, off the cuff, a more reliable source than Miles Klee. So, there you go. Fat Bear Week. It's all fun and games, and then there was voter fraud.
Well, that's bound to happen with online voting.
What do you mean? Name one time there's ever been some sort of manipulation to online voting.
First time.
I remember when this actually is funny. It came up in my feed the other day. There was a Cleveland Browns running back who actually started his career with your Denver Broncos, and he ended up becoming the Madden cover athlete as a basic, he was like a gigantic tailback. He looked like he was playing fullback, but as tailback, which, you know, if you're not familiar with football, it's basically a bigger running back is typically a fullback and blocks more often than not for the tailback. And then the tailbacks are usually the faster, and therefore they're typically less bulky. This guy wore like those really big shoulder pads with almost like the neck roll that went around. He looked like a linebacker, and the Broncos had traded him to the Browns, and then he ended up going off for like 1,400 yards or something like that year with the Browns. The Browns were winning because of him. Like, it wasn't like one of those things where it's like, oh, it was a team effort. It was like Peyton Hillis made it happen. And anyway, he ended up becoming the Madden cover athlete through online voting. Just some random running back from Arkansas. Bizarre. Huh. But he was good for the Broncos, and he was good that year for the Browns, and then kind of got Madden cursed, if you will.
Yeah, it happens.
This is from Sis reporting from the NPR article that was linked by Calaf. It was kind of a friend tells a friend kind of thing, but it says, quote, Otis may be out of the competition, but he's really looking good for hibernation this winter.
Perfect.
That's great. That's great. Sis, everyone else who joined us yesterday for GMS Tuesday Night, thank you so much for joining us there. Thank you for being here for this morning radio show that plays games. Should we finally get to our topic of the day?
Probably.
All right, here we go. It's National Bring Your Teddy Bear to Work/School Day. So we're asking you, what is or was your comfort item? So is there something that you have now or something that you once had that, like, when you held it, when you smelled it, you know, different things that come with the idea of having like a stuffed animal that you care about? Is there something that comes to mind? And have you ever taken it to school or work? Or does it live at work? Sometimes that might be the case too.
Is it a kissy missy?
Okay.
Or a huggy wuggy?
I immediately thought of those two things because I asked the person who lives in that room. I was like, "Hey, you actually like having those things in there, huh?" She's like, "Yeah, they're fine." Like, do they get cuddled? I'm so confused.
Ooh. I had like a baby blanket when I was a baby. And it was like a soft blankie, and I believe it had like the Disney characters, but like the Disney characters as babies, you know? Like Baby Mickey, Baby Minnie, that kind of stuff. I believe those were on it, if I'm remembering correctly. And it survived for, a long time, as baby blankets do, but it got all torn and raggedy as the years went on. What is our teammate doing, hitting it across the goal? And it was put away as I got older to just be saved for memories. Well, when I went off to college, my mom made me a quilt. She does a lot of quilting. She made me a nice quilt that was black and white color scheme, and it had like music stuff all over it because I play music. And that was kind of my comfort item to go away to college. But in one of the squares of the quilt, she took a piece of my baby blanket and sewed it into the quilt. And so it was kind of my baby blanket 2.0. And that's been my like adult comfort item because, when I'm had a hard day or when I'm sick, that's always the quilt I throw on our bed. And so I have it. It makes me feel better.
That's awesome. My baby blanket that I had when I was a baby.
Baby.
Good line. Good line. I actually had a blanket as well, and it was a very like store-bought, apparently very common like 1980s blanket, because it turns out that Hefty Wife also had that exact same baby blanket growing up.
Nice.
And I used mine for a long time. I actually had that thing. I remember the first like summer camp that I went to when I was probably closer to 10. I might have still been like 9, but I'm guessing I had to be close to 10. I brought that thing with me and had it at the end of my sleeping bag because it brought me a lot of comfort. And I remember specifically I would just chew or like keep the end of the blanket, which was like this satin material, in my mouth constantly. And so it would always have like this gross like mouth crust on it. I don't even know how much that thing got washed. It probably got washed a lot more than I realized, but I felt like it was never washed whatsoever. Brought together by blankets, this is. Yeah, I can't remember how we discovered that, if we were looking through stuff when her mom moved, or if we were looking through pictures, but I was like, that's the exact same blanket that I had.
You're like, why'd you steal my blanket when you were 4?
I actually married you, not because I love you, but because I'm here to seek revenge for stealing my blanket. It's so frustrating when you go through, like right here, I went to cut across and I ran into that person right there. You know what I mean? Like, you just...
Yeah.
The lines happen to intersect. It makes me angry. My comfort item is Kipper the dog. You know, from books and TV series. I had him since I was 3. I'm actually not familiar with Kipper the dog. Do you know anything about Kipper?
I think I know what dog it is. It's one I'm not super familiar with, but I believe I'm gonna look it up in between games here. Okay. I think I have an image of what Kipper the dog looks like, as I've seen it like in commercials and stuff.
I mean, I know Clifford.
Kipper's a big blue dog instead of a big red dog.
It's completely different. Hi.
I would like to go play defense.
I get so lucky that ball happened to go exactly where I was standing, because I had no momentum whatsoever. Kipper the big blue dog. I don't remember actually Clifford's theme song.
I'm sure he had one.
But I always remembered Clifford's delicious cinnamon gum. Do you remember what it was called?
Big Red.
I like how you didn't even play into me this time. You're just like, nope, it's called Big Red. Moving on.
Kipper the dog is the dog I was thinking about. I've never watched that in my life though. I just know it as like, you know, it comes on TV around the shows that you watch.
Rufio is cracked. Unstoppable. He got some ingrained love after so many years, never going to clean up the same again. Yeah, no, I think my baby blankets are somewhere. Nowadays, like, one of my biggest, like, ways to feel better is, I think my wife suggested that I should get, like, a weighted blanket, because I like when either Hefty Wife or one of the kids, like, I'll be laying on my back, or on my stomach, and then I'll have someone, like, lay on top of me, and, like, that gives me, like, that feeling of, like, I don't know, security or something, but it's really nice. And then Hefty Wife's like, instead of having, you know, one of us have to do that, you should just get, like, a weighted blanket. Probably make you feel pretty good. Fair enough. But it's so much more cozy. So, the only downside is Hefty's son typically does that, and then we'll just sit there and be like, in my ear. Stop breathing in my ear, man. All right, 6:52 for this morning radio show that plays games. 9:52 out east. It's 2:52 for those watching GMS in the UK. Good start to this weekend of the week edition of the show. We'll have a list of the day coming up next hour. Also, sports. Mariners played yesterday. They played the Astros. We'll talk about that one. There were many wild card winning teams that had their first game of the divisional series yesterday. So we'll update you on the baseball playoffs, look at the hockey schedule, since that's getting started. A lot of other things on tap with sports coming up next hour. And then next week, GMS Tuesday nights will be a sports-focused event, so be sure to check that out. I also invite you to find the Monsters and Friends podcast season I actually don't know what season Mike's on, but the newest season has launched. Monsters and Friends podcast back right now with all new episodes. You can find it by clicking that link there for Spotify. You can also find it anywhere podcasts are available. Mike also recently started to create Etsy shop stuff. Like if you want Twitch, panels or anything along those lines, Mike has some of that stuff for you. You can find those links, I'm sure, through twitch.tv/lookitsmyco. All right, let's get to birthdays this day in gaming history. If you know someone celebrating a birthday, today is the 12th of October, 2022. Well, please let us know, because we would like to celebrate with you. Celebrity birthdays today. Again, rest in peace, Angela Lansbury. Died yesterday, age of 93? Does that sound right? 96? Might have been 96.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, and Bed Knobs and Broomsticks was a pretty okay movie from what I remember. I should watch it again because it's been a while. But it was one of those like movies like Mary Poppins had, where they kind of have like animation or like the like bad green screen, but at the time people were like, oh, they're really flying through the air.
I can't believe it.
You might have heard Hugh Jackman is going to reprise his role as Wolverine. Hugh Jackman has a birthday today. Turns 54.
And Hugh Jackman was nominated for an Oscar for his role as Jean Valjean in Les Mis.
How many wins? Oscars edition. Hit the music.
I mean, I don't know anything. Maybe for The Greatest Showman would have been nominated for something. 'Cause that was a musical category. Les Mis was fine. Samantha Barks was better than anyone else in that whole movie. I'm gonna go 0. I just can't see how or what role Hugh would have won one for. Yeah, I'm gonna go 0 wins.
Indeed. Hugh is 0 for 1. That's also his only nomination. But funner fact, if he can snag an Oscar at some point, that will complete his EGOT.
What's the Emmy for?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm
like, I could see him winning a Tony. What's the Grammy? Oh, Grammy could be for like Greatest Showman or something. So
yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
Thank you, Bob. I appreciate it. I am correct. While you look that up, actor Kirk Cameron turns 52. Wife Chelsea, an actress who's appeared with Kirk in both films and on TV shows. Today, actor Tyler Blackburn turns 36.
Nice. Tyler has appeared in an episodes of the remakes of both Roswell and Charmed.
Wait, they've remade Charmed?
Apparently.
Charmed was just out like 4 seconds ago. What? What are we doing? Charmed. Opening it up. Looking up. TV show 1998 to 2006. Wow, it's that much older than I realized.
Yeah.
Huh.
All right, so Hugh Jackman won an Emmy in 2005 for Outstanding Individual Performance in a Variety Program for the Tony Awards. So he performed at the Tony Awards and won an Emmy for that performance.
That seems kind of fishy.
Yeah, but there's a lot of those for performances at variety programs at awards and stuff.
I mean, it's
like
on
that.
TV, so I get it. But
Yeah. Not included in the EGOT, he has won a Golden Globe Award for Les Mis. His Grammy was for the soundtrack for Greatest Showman, Best Compilation Soundtrack Album for Visual Media. And his Tony was Best Actor in a Musical back in 2004 for The Boy from Oz. So, yeah, gotta get that Academy Award.
if the EGOT also included the Golden Globes, it'd be the EGOT.
GGOT.
The EGOT GG.
Easy.
Apparently Charmed was back on for 4 seasons from 2018 to 2022. It just recently got canceled like 4 months ago.
Huh.
Who knew?
Who knew?
Today, Peter! Josh Hutcherson turns 30 today.
He's the voice of Shinjiro in the Netflix animated series Ultraman.
Ooh, that's definitely a Richard Shotwell photo.
It is Bob. Good eye. Look at that.
I swear. Good job.
Sitting right there on the red carpet. It's definitely at the TCL Chinese Theater. Tender Loving Care Theater. Actress Iris Apatow turns 20 today.
She played the child actress Arya, who was tortured by Gus on Love.
Tutored.
No, tortured.
I don't want to study, Gus. You're gonna study, damn it. Love is a whole different movie if it's tortured.
Tortured. It's a horror film.
Horror.
Horror.
Given that it's October, there's no drummer birthdays. I'm telling you, don't try to be a drummer if you were born in October. It's just not meant to be.
Yeah, it's so bizarre. This is the worst streak we've had.
Over the summer, we had a drummer birthday.
Since last October.
It's weird how cyclical it is. But over the summer, I think we had one almost every single day we were on the air.
Sometimes multiple. I think there were a couple days we had 3.
Pace yourself, percussionists. What are we doing? Let's see. Ooh, singer Garfield Bright of Shy, S-H-A-I, is 53. Garfield.
He hates Mondays.
Loves lasagna, though.
The jazz musician, primarily trumpet player, Chris Botti, is 60.
Bodie Miller, the Olympic skier, is 45 today. Oh, I clearly don't know who Dusty Rhodes is, because I was like, Dusty Rhodes, the former wrestler, is dead? But October 1945 to June 2015. Did someone who knows wrestling better, was there another person who took a Dusty Rhodes-like name? Huh. I'm clearly confused. Clearly. All right, there's your birthdays. This day in gaming history, we start with the year 2001. In Japan, the 11th annual Tokyo Game Show is held over 3 days. Microsoft shows the Xbox video game system for the first time in Japan, and Sega has Virtua Fighter 4 for the PlayStation 2. Virtua Fighter was a fun arcade game. I don't know where I got lost with it. It's probably because I just wasn't a Sega person, because PlayStation had access to Mortal Kombat, which Sega did too, but then there was Tekken, right? So 2002, Namco, before it met Bandai, put out the Namco Museum video game for GameCube. It had Pac-Man, Ms. Pac-Man, Galaga, Pole Position, and Pole Position 2, and Galaxian.
Nice.
Pole Position was fine, but it was not even close to that one super off-road game where you would go through the loop-de-loops and stuff.
Yeah.
Figure eights.
Yeah, those are fun.
Yeah. I remember you could spin the wheel and catch it and then spin it back the other way. That was fun. 2004, Nintendo put out Paper Mario: The 1,000-Year Door for GameCube.
It's an old door.
My kids are still slugging through that Origami King game. I think they're almost done. 2004, Microsoft put out Outrun 2 for the Xbox that same year. Majesco releases the Blood Rain 2 video game. That was for Xbox and PlayStation 2. So there you go. Good memories? Yeah, good memories.
Yeah, not bad.
All right. Next hour, we're going to give you a list of the day. Do you have $3,076,184? Then you can buy all 10 of these top 10 most expensive teddy bears. 10 most expensive teddy bears.
It can either be teddy bears or teddy bears. Dealer's choice.
So we'll have that coming up next hour. Oh, there's a son, Dustin Rhodes, and then Cody Rhodes, another son of... Okay, thank you very much, Quiet I'm Gaming. Good morning, by the way. Nice chat, and thank you, Keith Anthony. I appreciate you giving me the insight, because, yeah, I swear I'd heard that name in, wrestling circles as of late, this night on Raw, it's The Miz versus Dustin Rhodes. And I was like, oh. Because, I mean, listen, there's been some wrestlers who've died far too early, compared to when they should have. So I was a little concerned there for a second. Might have been in that random PlayStation Plus game, that Battlegrounds game that I played a couple of times. It's fun. That could be on a GMS Sports in the future. So.
Yeah. Followed by Murder, She Wrote.
Murder, She Wrote. That whole show was just like Angela Lansbury showing up and be like, "Oh, hey, it's good to see you there, Sean. I didn't know you were in town. Oh, someone's dead? Oh,
again?
It's quite a bummer. I'll take a look at it." She was just always so calm with it's like standing in the room with somebody who just murdered somebody earlier and be like, "Well, wasn't that true, Sean, that you had this reason for doing this? Everything was fine."
Caught me again.
Never saw that Great Dane in that movie though, or that show. Like zoinks, Angela. If you need pro wrestling head of research, I'm your guy. Just saying. Thank you, Keith. Appreciate it. Burner, She Wrote. All right, next hour, more Gaming Morning Show coming up on the other side of the break. It is October 12th, 2022, and you have Sean and Hefty with you on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and at GamingMorningShow.tv.
But I kind of miss my grappling.
Coming soon to the Gaming Morning Show. Sean and I play games while Mike just pretends so he doesn't get frustrated with Rocket League.
Pew 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 pew. Quack.
While making sound effects.
Oh,
boo.
I didn't want to get shut out.
Like how it just stopped on the doorstep. That was fitting for that
Yeah,
game. That was fitting.
Messed up.
It's 6:24 West Coast, 9:24 out East. Still with the whole daylight savings time. It's like 1:24 over in the UK. Daylight savings time is silly. Lady K said, "Well, considering I am genuinely looking to moving over there permanently, this may be interesting, but it will take a lot of work. Well, good luck with that. I can't imagine trying to figure out how to move overseas. That seems very complex.
A plane is probably best. The trains don't work too good on the ocean. You might like it. You never know. It might be what he's into. Yeah, talk mean to me. Tell me I'm fat.
See,
Tell me I'm gonna have a heart attack.
Why do they have to go with body image? That sucks. Can't they just like insult
Well, and that's
like
they're
your
just
bad
like
shave?
rude and jerks. So, but it's like the thing. Like,
That sounds
and
awful.
It's always packed. I don't get it.
I mean, clearly it's not the last resort. There's plenty of them.
This is my last resort.
Nice.
Suffocation at no breathing. You can't eat food because you're eating.
Don't take multiple bites. It's dangerous. Finish your first bite. By this undeserved hatred of Scrapple.
Maybe just gonna head to the East Coast and try it.
I don't even like meatloaf that much, right?
You don't like meatloaf? Come on.
That much. Like, I never am sitting there like, man, what do I want to eat tonight? Meatloaf. Gross. All right, here we go. Level number 4. So to have something that's made just of like leftover pork smashed together doesn't make any sense to me. Gross.
But when you were having meatloaf growing up, was it like put the ketchup on top or?
Oh, it sure was. And guess how that went for me.
Great, I'm sure.
So every meatloaf slice that came my way had to have the whole top cut off because, ketchup.
Wow.
And then, of course,
a fussy child.
Still am. 38-year-old fussy child.
Originally from Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh. Sad day. Charlie Skinner was his name. Charlie Skinner.
That was the character name?
That was her fun. Yeah, Charlie Skinner in the newsroom. Originally from Columbus. Man,
Rachel True has a birthday today. Actress, 55. Former fashion model. Has been in The Craft, Nowhere, and Half Baked.
Oh. Nice. The Craft? Oh, I know who she is. Yeah.
Also, rapper E40 today is 54.
E40. He's E54. Bingo.
That's B-E-N-G-O. Bango.
Bango. The E's at the very end. It's silent.
Silent.
I don't know. That's how all of them end. And then the next time they're like, "Oh, what you missed his heart or his brain or whatever you missed."
Or it's his mom or brother.
His uncle's bananas phone.
But
one of her earliest TV show appearances was a waitress on Columbo. That's kind of cool.
But in the trailer, I think Jamie Lee Curtis looks straight into the camera and says, "This time I'm actually going to kill you."
Yeah, I think she said that last time too, actually.
Gotcha.
Spoiler tease!
I mean the other time she dropped a fiery house on him.
Kind of a jerk.
So.
If the fiery house doesn't work, then what's going to work, right?
Have you tried vinegar?
I'm melting!
Gets out a lot of things.
Actor
Nuts.
Khalil Kane is
Bieber balls.
57th today. Was in the thriller film Juice as well as in the UPN sitcom Girlfriends. 57 today for Khalil. Cranberry and pecan pie, only because I had to choose from the row. Otherwise, it's cranberry pie. There we go. Way to conform to the game convention, KJ.
KJ, don't conform.
MVP. MVP. KJ might be the first person in chat to actually play the game correctly. Not that I'm judging you, chat.
That's just because she wants to impress you all.
No, it's because she knows how to follow rules.
Nope.
And
even if they're implied.
And win Billy Thundergun awards.
See, before we started all this, I was prepared to make a comment about how Lucky Austin has it because her obvious meat choice is only $1.
Yes.
Which I think is not fair. And it turns out that's not the biggest problem. I don't care about that anymore.
Listen.
Coming up on Gaming Morning Show, List of the Day and Sports. Find GMS on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and GamingMorningShow.tv. And follow us on Twitter at WatchGMS. And go to our website, GamingMorningshow.tv. Coming up on GMS. All ahead on Gaming Morning Show. It's all coming up on Gaming Morning Show. Right now, time for hour number 2.
Morning, gamer. Welcome back. Gaming Morning Show continues the weekend of the week edition. It is Wednesday, October 12th, 2022. We're so glad that you could be along with us for the ride. Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and at GamingMorningshow.tv. I am Hefty Goof. That is Sports.Gaming, left side of your screen. We had a lot of fun yesterday playing Resident Evil Village. That's part of our GMS Tuesday nights lineup. Coming up on Twitter Spaces Friday at 12:30. We'll have a GMS week in review. We're still kind of in the beta edition of that particular show, trying to decide exactly how we want to go about it. But we kind of want to look at different things like some of the top stories, like the Fat Bear Week controversy, or maybe discussing Overwatch. So those might be things we could do on Week in Review on Twitter Spaces. You can find us on Twitter at WatchGMS. I did say, didn't I, that we both had fun yesterday doing GMS Fudge, and Sis goes, "Oh, did you?" It's like, well, maybe I didn't actually have very much fun. I wanted to have fun. I mean, I had a good time. My back hurts. My lower back hurts right now, Sean. Why is that? Why am I so broken? Oh,
being physically tense for 2 hours straight is physically exhausting.
Being physically exhausted for 2 hours is physically exhausting. Got it.
Yeah. My abs are sore.
Did I scare you that much?
No, there's so much like deep, heavy laughter.
I will tell you this, the system that you set up to try to have me feel more immersed in the game worked, because I couldn't look away as easily as I was when I was kind of off to the side, and the one game monitor was kind of off to my left, so I could kind of be like this and looking to the right and being like, yeah, I'm fine, I don't see anything. But like I had to do more of the cupped hands, like the visor look, and still then I could see too much stuff. It was nuts.
It was a good time.
I'm telling you though, the thing I'm learning from this is watching a scary movie, like just a Freddy Krueger or something that's even more suspenseful. Like having headphones on for that experience would be worse, because you can't escape the sound. The sound is brutal.
Yeah,
brutal. So,
it was intense.
Hard pass.
It was fun, and you admitted it here. You also had fun.
Allegedly. Was I on camera when I said that?
Indeed.
I only tell my true feelings when I'm on camera.
GMS plays Fudge Village.
Never again, Bob. Never again. Not a chance. You were doing a lot of cowering, but heart monitors. I will tell you this. Yesterday in the mail, that Jeff MT sent me an old Apple Watch. And so maybe in the future I will have a heart monitor and we can tell you what my heart rate is. Can you get those
that
like
would be fun.
Can you get those like on screen? Like we could do like a screen share of my phone.
Oh, we can for sure do that.
Big thanks again to Grandma Misses You, Rip Hefty, Hello Darkness My Old Friend, Surprise, and Kissy Wissy Loves Hefty Goof for the tips yesterday. And we can see it skyrocket. I'm happy you all want to see my heart explode. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, maybe I can do it too, and we can put both of ours up there, like right by our face cam.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I was wondering what you were doing. We're repairing a trombone.
Yeah. Welcome to Sean Instrument Repairs. If you have any minor brass repairs that need performed, you just send them my way. I'll tune them right up. That rotary valve on that half trombone is much better.
Hey, Sean.
Yeah.
You have a nice brass.
Thanks. Let's see. Yeah, that half works. Okay, that's good. Doesn't sound the same without the other half.
Everyone knows you need a complete trombone for your trombone.
Did I hear half a trombone somewhere?
Is the actual phrase for one who plays a trombone tromboner?
Trombonist is the more officially accepted term.
Because I watched Austin Attack 12 play that trombone game that you sent me with the mouse clicking and all that stuff. And it says something about, choose your tromboner.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's silly, though. That game also has fun facts, and one of the fun facts is, like, the world record for most trombones owned by one person is 2. Which is inaccurate. It's probably way more than that, but it's fun. And one of the fun facts is also, like, playing the trombone has been outlawed in, like, 37 countries or something like that.
Why is so much vitriol against the trombone?
I don't know, but that game's fantastic.
Good morning to Mel B. It's good to see you. Thank you for being here on YouTube this morning. If you are on YouTube or Facebook Gaming, or you ever go over there, giving the thumbs up button on the show is always super appreciated. So thank you for being here. My friend got home from the hospital yesterday, is what Mel B said. My pen is what Forgettable Vendetta said. Nice chat to you, Forgettable Vendetta. It's good to see you on this Wednesday morning.
Nice chat!
We are asking you, our topic of the day has to do with National Bring Your Teddy Bear to Work or School Day. So we're asking you, what is or was your comfort item? Talked about our basically like baby blankets that we had. Sean's was handcrafted, created with love by his mother. Mine was bought at a store.
Well, my original baby blanket was bought at a store. So.
Oh.
Okay. Just 2.0 was handmade.
It was really cool. So Sean said that his mom like took a piece of that baby blanket though and knit it into like a full-blown adult quilt later in life.
Yeah.
That's neat.
It is nice.
And
I still have it to this day.
Jeff, when we were growing up as kids, Jeff was kind of had kind of the house that many times that you would like hang out at, you know, after games or whatever. Like, it's kind of the hub for a lot of people in our high school. And they had the best blankets ever. And for the longest time, we'd all be like, where do you get these blankets? What kind of blankets are these? Because everyone would want to have one for themselves. And it was the coolest thing is his parents, for those that they would usually get like graduation gifts going to college, would get people those blankets so they could take them to college. And it was really awesome. And I had one. And then it turns out they're made by a place called the Company Store. And the Company Store was based out of Oshkosh, Wisconsin, which is where I had a family member live. And so we went to visit them like shortly after I got that blanket for graduation. And it was like, oh, look, I could get more of these blankets. Even though they probably were sold in stores. You know, it would have been far easier to get. But I'm interested in your comfort pen, Vendetta. What's so comforting about the pen? That's a great answer. Mel B had the same question we all did. Why would the trombone be? Why would the trombone be outlawed?
It wouldn't be. That's just the joke.
Oh. I was very confused.
Oh, terrible shot.
Whee! Alright, I'm back. Mel said my baby blanket was bought at a store too. When I was a toddler, I used to carry it around and rub my nose on it when I was sleepy. I don't remember. That was just as it was told. Yeah, I mean, listen, my son right now has had like this like revitalization of stuffed animals. Like, for the longest time has had one specific stuffed animal. It was a fox thing that we got him when he was born. But like has been carrying that thing around with him like 24/7 along with this like T-Rex dinosaur that he got for Christmas one time. And like wants to take them in the car before a lesson. And then it's like, I'd like to bring them in with me. And it's like, no, you can't bring them in for this particular thing. Oh, okay. Well then, and then like we'll set him inside like his car chair. It's been interesting because I don't know where it came from. All of a sudden, like these have become like an attachment thing again.
Yeah, they go through phases for sure.
Yeah, it kind of came out of nowhere. Although they always make an appearance then when he jumps into bed in the middle of the night, and then I end up like crushing the T-Rex with my body. And then I wake up and he's like, you murdered Charmander, because the dinosaur is orange. I didn't mean to.
I just slept.
Drew Megan said, I don't think I really have a comfort item of any kind. At least nothing really stands out to me. Says that all my boys do have their favorite original stuffed animal that they still keep. Youngest, who's 11, carries around Stuffy around the house. Yeah, that's something I've seen. So, you char monster.
Char Crusher.
Well, so if Arturo, using Arturo's dominant paw, which is clearly his right, for Birder, she wrote, what happens when I kill Charmander with my body?
I don't know, are you right-bodied or left-bodied?
It was a pokey-erder. It's really hard words to put together. It was a murdermon.
Now it just sounds like you're trying to do a Jamaican accent.
It was gotta catch all the murder, she wrote. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No! That was such bad timing! No! My goal almost went in. And then, again, I'm telling you, I've had the worst luck with that. Like, it's almost every time I play up, there's a breakaway. Now let's score on the rip. No overtime in the second hour! Overtime in the second hour.
I just realized one of the enemies is Minnesota Cool.
It's like when you're cool, but from Minnesota. I hear they have lakes there.
Are they great?
They're fine. Get in there. Get in there. Yes.
Nice.
Jahan. If that is your real name. Thank you for being here. 7:25 West Coast time. It's 9:25 plus 1 on the East Coast. And it's 3:25 for those watching GMS in the afternoon. Yesterday, so we're at Sean's place, Sean's studio for Resident Evil Village, GMS Fudge, all that stuff, GMS Tuesday nights. And so Sean has his ridiculously gigantic mixer board. It's got, what is that thing, 38 channels?
16.
And it's just massive. And so Sean's like, that's the one that you use to make, the reverb go on. And so the first time I tried to use it, I cranked that sucker, and it was so loud.
Yeah, this, that's about a quarter turn.
I was to 11. Oh,
that's a half turn. We still got another half turn.
I think I went beyond that. Yeah, it was not good. It was not good. Bring your teddy to work school day. That is correct. Today is that day. Here's some of the information about that day. Teddy bears provide comfort. This is from nationaldaycalendar.com. Many of us have a childhood bear we snuggled up with when we were ill or scared. They were companions. Most teddy bears are the perfect size for children to hug at night while they drift off to sleep. They fit neatly into their tiny arms. For adults, Teddy brightens up the day and brings a feeling of celebration to your office. In the classroom, the variety of teddy bears brings delight and fascination. The day can also be an opportunity to give a teddy bear to someone who needs encouragement. In 1902, American President Theodore Roosevelt refused to shoot a bear cub while hunting in Mississippi. This incident made national news. Clifford Berryman published a cartoon of the event in the Washington Post on November 16th, 1902. The caricature became an instant classic. That's all I wrote down. Makes me wonder if that's where Theodore became Teddy Roosevelt.
I believe so. I believe I've heard that story before.
Thank you for not murdering an animal. Birder. Good morning. It's good to see Gabe Pride this morning.
Nice chat.
Good morning to you. My bear was named Coco. That's a good name.
Nice.
That's a good name. I never had a Care Bear. I'm trying to think who my favorite Care Bear was as a kid, though. Wasn't Grumpy.
I had a Care Bear, and when I was a baby, allegedly I had resting grumpy face and looked like Grumpy when I was a itty bitty baby, and so they bought me a stuffed Grumpy Bear, which I still have to this day.
What'd that face look like? Oh, you're so grumpy. Grumpy Bear. It's funny. Yeah, you remember how like they had the Care Bear friends?
Uh-huh.
Like there was Lionheart, and then there was the elephant. They had one that was a horse. I actually had that Care Bear. Named it Mayo.
Yeah.
Sometimes my Care Bear friend named Mayonnaise. That's not the way that joke goes. Actually, I ruined the joke. Yeah, nazed. Did my horse?
It's the plural of mayonnaise.
It's the active verb of mayonnaise. What am I doing? What am I doing? Sis said, yeah, Reverb, 100%. Crank that sucker all the way. Reverb on Gaming Morning Show. We turn it up to 11, then we rip the knob off.
Oh,
which, by the way, if you missed it...
It only goes up to +10.
If you missed it in our Discord, official cartographer and diagramographer, which I realized in production notes yesterday when talking to Downs, that apparently we used to call him the official cartographer and diagrammerer.
Yeah,
of Gaming
like
Morning Show. Drew a diagram of how to rip the knob off, by the way. All right. Let's get into this list today. We have a comment coming up from Keith Anthony that we'll share in just a moment as well. Mel B as well has something that will add to the conversation. But we start with this list of the day, which is, do you have $3,076,184? Then you can buy all 10 of these top 10 most expensive teddy bears. And this is from expensive-world.com. Was expensiveworld.com taken?
Maybe. Now I want to go there too.
I want to make a website called Expensive World. Damn it!
It doesn't exist, so
it was probably
it just really likes the dash.
It was probably someone who bought it and then like they never planned to use it. So this person wanted to make expensiveworld.com. So EW Editor wrote this in July of 2022, very recent. Top 10 most expensive teddy bears in the world. Number 10.
0.
This is Happy Stife Bear for 55 grand. Huge sum as far as teddy bears are concerned. This Mary Mohair bear was produced back in 1926. It was bought in 1983 and given to a wife as a 42nd wedding anniversary, a sign of endless love. If this list does not go into more detail as why these are actually as expensive as they are, we can get very angry very soon. So hopefully they start telling us why I should spend $55,000 on a teddy bear.
9.
Number 9. This one goes on a wild ride. This is the Harlequin bear for $60,610. Very specific amount. And it says this teddy bear made by Stife in 1925 is the 8th most expensive teddy bear in the world. But that's not, it says it's number 9. I'm so confused. Because of the differently colored halves of his face, he was named Harlequin. It's a rare bear, was sold at Christie's in 2010 for 46,000 pounds, 46,850 pounds, or $60,610. So apparently this one's just rare. And red and blue.
8.
Rare bear. Rare bear. I like how HARLEQUIN, Harley Quinn. That's really good. Blue Elliot bear for $64,200. It was produced as a sample for a British department store, and it's one of 6 different colored bears in the sample production. Unfortunately, Elliot never went into final production, and so any samples are extremely rare. So this one in December 1983 sold at an all teddy bear auction. It's an all teddy bear auction. If you go into the woods today, you're bound for a big surprise. $64,200. Accounting for inflation, that is more than $160,000 today.
7.
Number 7, now we're getting somewhere. This is the Diamond Eyes bear for $84,000. This is expensive, produced by the German toy house Stife. It's gold muzzle, sapphires and diamonds in place of eyes, and has fur interwoven with gold threads. It was made for Stife's 125th anniversary, and sells for $84,000.
This bear also stares into your soul and takes it from you like Shang Tsung. Your soul is mine. That's some intense eye action there. Holy cow.
6.
Stife's oldest teddy bear is 105,000. This bear is basically valuable because it's the world's oldest teddy bear. It was made in 1904, sold in Germany in the year 2000 for an estimated $105,000.
5.
Number 5, the Supreme Louis Vuitton teddy bear for $106,000. Well, $106,016. Very specific price for this one as well. This Supreme Cross Louis Vuitton teddy bear is the pinnacle of fashion, royalty, branding, and it went via auction overnight for a cool $106,016.08. As it stands, full proceeds from its final price will be used to benefit the BBC Children in Need, an organization aiming to ensure every child in the UK has a safe, happy, and secure environment in which to grow. It's 100% authentic and certified from BBC Children in Need. That one has a good story.
4.
Yeah, and this next one, this number 4, it's a story. It makes sense. This is post-Titanic, 1912. Apparently, Stife, the company that we've talked about a little bit, they had made teddies as mourning gifts after the sinking of Titanic, because I hadn't even considered like how many people died on that boat, and then families were left behind. So it's kind of sad. It's very sad. They made 5 different sizes. About 665 were produced, and one of them sold for $136,000 in Switzerland, according to Telegraph. But yeah, they were these. There's no picture of them, but it says first black fur Stife teddies were manufactured to be giving as mourning gifts.
3.
Number 3, the Stife Teddy Girl Bear for $143,000. When Colonel Bob Henderson was born in 1905, he was gifted with the Teddy Girl Bear. During his successful career as colonel in the British Army, he was sure to keep his favorite bear alongside himself. After Henderson passed away in 1990, his Teddy Girl was sold at auction for over $143,000 in 1994, which is a record according to Reuters.
7.
At least was a record.
No. 2. Yes.
Number 2, Louis Vuitton monogram bear. See, like, this one's just expensive because it's Louis Vuitton.
Yeah. Wait till you find out its name, though.
There are only 500... specimen. Oh, gosh. Okay, this is combined. Here we go. There are only 500 specimens of bears with the cute name Doo-Doo. It could be Dow Dow. Could be.
No, it's got to be Doo-Doo.
Specimens. Dow Dow. It was for sale in Monaco, the city of the richest. Yeah, this bear's just expensive because it's Louis Vuitton.
1.
Yep. And number 1, Stife Louis Vuitton teddy bear, sold for $2.1 million. This teddy bear was created by the moguls Louis Vuitton and Stife. It's the most expensive teddy bear in the world. The world-renowned fashion brand and toy manufacturer have worked together to create a teddy bear that exudes elegance and prestige. In 2000, the bear was sold at auction in Monaco, where it was bought by Korean Jessie Kim. It is currently can currently be viewed at the Teddy Bear Museum in the Korean city of Jeju.
I like how it has the whole. Basically, on this list was either Louis Vuitton or Stife, and this is the one where they were combined. And
right,
bada bing, bada boom. You have the most expensive bears in the world. So
over $2 million. It's just
all right. There you go. That is your list of the day on this morning radio show that plays games. You have $3,076,184. Did you add those up?
So I did, but I was tricked because all over that list it says top 10, top 10, top 10, and turns out there were 11. So that price does include number 11, which we did not talk about. So you should subtract $40,358 from that.
We'll give you a refund, chat. But there you go. If you want to read that list, you can. Expensive-world.com. Most expensive teddy bears. So, all right. Thank you for being here for this morning radio show that plays games. Sean and Hefty this morning. You can follow us on Twitter at WatchGMS, at sports.gaming, and at Hefty Goof. Good morning to Health and Beauty Inside Out watching on YouTube this morning. If you've never been here before, we are a morning radio show that plays games, as I mentioned. And our topic of the day is National take your teddy to work or school day. So we're asking you, what was or is your comfort item? Keith Anthony said, I have 2 teddy bears in my house that have sentimental value. One belongs to my wife, who received it when she was 6 months old and now at 33 years of age. And the other is in my possession, that's been in my family for 2 generations, that my grandfather bought my grandma, who passed it to my mom before my grandma passed. Then she passed it to me from my mom before she passed. That's cool. Legacy teddy bear.
Nice.
The Care Bear Grumpy, I had that one too, said Mel B. And also, I would not pay that much for a teddy bear or anything, really. Sis says, I was a bit of a stuffed animal hoarder growing up, but I didn't really have a specific comfort item that I had. Mel P then at a Dollar General one day, there was a teddy bear that smelled like chocolate. It was regularly $6, but I got it 90% off, and it was 60 cents. Let's go!
Nice.
Mel with the deal. Getting the deal in the shopping world. Not bad. Not bad at all. Good morning. Nice chat. As I mentioned, to Health and Beauty Inside Out on YouTube. Also to Superphonic and Heavenly Soul.
Nice chat.
It's good to see you this morning. Today, among the days of the day, National Farmers Day, National Freethought Day. Yeah, I just had another one. Didn't get charged for.
Oh, I just got a bill for $5.
Thank you for paying for my thoughts.
Mine wasn't free.
National Curves Day, National Emergency Nurses Day, National Gumbo Day, National Savings Day, National Vermont Day, National Emergency Nurses Day, as I mentioned, National Fossil Day, National Stop Bullying Day, National Take Your Parents to Lunch Day.
I will have lunch today. Does that count?
No.
You're not invited. You're not my parent. You're not my dad.
You can news if you wanna.
7:40. Here's the story that we're tracking at this hour on this morning radio show that plays games. Earlier, we told you about 747 winning Fat Bear Week. All you other bears are losers. K-Laugh has a soft spot still for Divot, by the way. Divot was K-Laugh's bear. I just thought about this. This is kind of appropriate that we're talking about Fat Bear Week on Teddy Bear to Work or School Day.
It is fitting.
Still number one in K-Laugh's heart. Divot. What was Divot's
big
last
fat
number?
teddy bear. Oh.
854.
Nice.
I think. You want one of the you could get one of those big giant bears from like Costco or something.
Yeah, but I don't want giant. I just want. Someone should make teddy bears modeled after the Fat Bear winner.
Oh, yeah, I like that idea.
I just want a big, round teddy bear.
What about a big round pumpkin?
Shaped like a bear? Carved as a bear?
I mean, you could do that with this 2,560-pound pumpkin. It's won a championship. This is from Patrick Hillsman of UPI. It's the story we're tracking this hour. Minnesota resident has a 2,560-pound pumpkin that won the World Championship Pumpkin Weigh-Off in Half Moon Bay, California. The event brings growers together to celebrate the agricultural heritage of the Bay Area with giant vegetables squaring off on the California city's main street. This person won the top prize, named the pumpkin Maverick, after driving the behemoth 35 hours from his home in Minnesota. Person also won in 2020 with a pumpkin that weighed 2,350 pounds. Quote, they all said it was a once-in-a-lifetime type of thing, and gosh, hopefully we can do it for 2 times in a lifetime. But didn't they?
Maybe he was reported before they awarded him the second time.
While Maverick has broken the U.S. record, it still hasn't usurped the title of world's largest pumpkin. Usurped?
Yeah. Usurped.
That honor goes to Italian grower Stefano Catrippi, who had a place in the Guinness World Record. 2703 was the poundage of the pumpkin, won the 2021 European Pumpkin Weighing Championship in Germany. The previous national record was set on October 2nd. A pumpkin weighed 2554. at the Great Pumpkin Farm in Clarence, New York.
Wow. You only beat it by 6 pounds. That's close. When you're getting into that level of poundage, like 6 pounds is nothing. Also, talk about Minnesota cool.
You just had to.
What are the odds?
Earlier in the show, we had a teammate or an opponent that was Minnesota cool in Rocket League. So maybe that is Minnesota resident Travis. Geingers?
Yeah, that's how I'd say it, but I'm not the one to ask.
Giengers? Anyway, Travis.
Granger.
For the ones who want to get it done. All right, there you go. That's what we're tracking at this hour on this morning radio show that plays games. It's now 7:43. Coming up in just about 5 minutes, we'll have sports. And then next hour, don't let the person floating from the balloons fall in the monster's mouth. Takeaways that were pretty okay. Clip of the day, and then we'll send you somewhere if you're watching on Twitch via the raid. What a day of days, indeed. Indeed. Superphonic said National Gumbo Day. I'll tell Gumbo. Happy National Gumbo Day. We had found, we were starting to find some days of the day, especially when we get them from nationaltoday.com. We're starting to get more like names type things. Like there might be a National Sean Day someday.
We could make one.
I'd like that. Happy National Sean Day. Some people's names in these games. Oh my gosh. Mel said, I have bought, I think it was stuffed Easter rabbit for 1 cent at Dollar General. The blanket I'm covered up in was probably regularly 20. I paid a penny for it at Dollar General. Man, Dollar General is crushing it with the deals for you, Mel B. We have a Dollar General just about 20 or so miles from where we live. I've never stopped in, though, because it's always on the way to someplace else. Maybe I'll go take a look at the discount rack at Dollar General. Ooh. I like how this game has built-in sound effects, but yet I don't need them.
I like your sound effects better.
Thank you. Oh no!
Whoa, that was weird. Might be having some connection issues.
This person teleport?
On my screen, they did.
Wow. Wow.
That was a nice
Good
shot.
morning. It's a Dungeon Meowster KJ. It's great to have you here.
Nice chat!
Today we're asking you, it's National Take Your Teddy to Work and or School Day. Teddy Bear. Take your teddy bear. That if I don't say bear, that could actually be a whole different event and you might get arrested. So just take your teddy bear to school or work day. Dad, what's meth? I'm surprised that word doesn't get blanked out.
Yeah, I'm surprised they allow that.
Although we've had people with like other drug names in this game, so. Comfort items from KJ, XL Elephant, Stuffy, and a tiger blanket that I had for 23 years. That's cool. How big is the stuffed animal, the elephant Stuffy? Because we were just talking about getting teddy bears that were modeled after the actual contestants of Fat Bear Week in Alaska. Nice shot. Sometimes I find, sometimes I don't. I scan the items, they are not marked for a penny, and you can't ask the employees because they will find and pull them. I scan the items, and they are not marked for a penny. Interesting. I remember back in the day, my mother said that she used to be able to like haggle at a Target. Like she could take things up to like the customer service desk and be like, "Hey, can I buy this for this much?" I always found that fascinating because I didn't ever think to try that. I've heard people doing that at department stores for things that like are clearly damaged, but never for just like items that are on the shelf. Just like a step behind. Person's good. Person's good. It's like
the only player on their team.
It's like 3 feet long, not including the trunk. Wow. When you add in the trunk. Melby said the blanket just to be in a box with random stuff. I think I pulled them from way in the back. Get in there. Get in there.
Nice.
Was that their teammate? So I like kind of tap it right there, but I swear an orange car flies in. Yeah.
Yep. I don't know what he was doing.
Thank you.
Juampy?
I thought it was Jumpman when I first glanced at it. It's not. I missed. The trunk is about 18 inches. That's a gigantic stuffed animal. Nice job. Nice job. Get in there, get in there, get in there. Oh. Nice follow. Oh.
Took all three of us, but we got it.
Well, I wanted to go over there and tap it again, and then you were there, and I was like, I'm just going to back off. Because I would have deflected it. So, nice shot.
Thank you. It's
It was a hard-fought game of
effort.
Rocket League. Sorry. Yeah, team effort. Oh no,
Uh-oh.
I missed.
We had it.
I know. Just like an inch away. My therapist suggested a big one I could hug. I call him the Ellie. It's good. You're all invited too. Keith Anthony brought up those bears that have passed down generation to generation and such. You're invited to throw those in our Discord too, and I'll put the Discord link in, or you can type in !Discord. Nice job, Tex. Get out of my way, Tex. Nice shot.
Thank you.
Quiet I came and goes, do not smoke meth, kids. Yeah, please don't listen to the player is good, the name is not
Terrible.
encouraged. "22 seconds left. Can they do the impossible? Some said it could not be done. Some might even say it still can't be done." Sports Game puts it in the front. Tapped up by Meth. Oh, it went, oh, I was there. It just went behind me. Tapped by Meth.
Boo.
Man,
That was
I want to
tough.
see this. I want to see the stats. 927 points, 8 shots, 5 goals, and a save.
Yeah.
Damn.
His teammates couldn't even break 100 combined.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that person could like take it from one side of the field to the other by themselves. So that was nuts. Thank you for being here. Sports.gaming Hefty Goof. It is the Wednesday edition. At Dollar General, there was stuff behind the counter. I think were pennies. They pulled if they are behind there. You can get them. Looks like tons of polygrip. And I don't know what all. I hope that they aren't throwing it away. If you ever need some extra polygrip, you can get it from Dollar General. So, holy cow, look at the time. It's time for sports, 7:53. West Coast, 10:53 out east. It is 3:53 for those watching GMS in UK. All right, yesterday, wildcard playoffs, baseball, rapid fire action here on Sport. Philadelphia Phillies, 7-6 win over the Braves. So Phillies have a 1-0 lead in that series. Houston, Seattle Mariners, the Mariners with a big comeback yesterday, 8-7. You seem frustrated.
I don't like it. Yeah.
I actually
walk-off home run.
I was actually noticing some people share the thoughts you have on anyone but the Astros.
Yeah. It's a common sentiment, I believe.
The Yankees 4-1 win over the Guardians in Game 1 of their series. Dodgers beat San Diego. Chris M.E. is happy as the Dodgers won 5-3. So today, Philadelphia Atlanta at 1:35 on Fox. San Diego Dodgers at 5:37 on FS1. So those are both National League matchups. Tomorrow, then you'll have Game 2 of the Mariners and Houston at 12:37 on TBS. And then TBS has Cleveland Yankees at 4:37. I'm kind of impressed that they schedule them together to start the series and then they split them up kind of going forward. That's pretty good balance to kind of give them their own time slot.
Yeah. Well, and I think part of it, like we were talking about during the wild card round, the pitching difficulties with having to play through that wild card round, it almost seems like they wanted these first games to all be in lockstep so that the timing of going from the wild card round to that first game was the same for everybody, to keep the punishment of having to go through the wild card round kind of the same, and then split up from here. That's the sense. I can't confirm that was an actual thought process, but it definitely worked out that way.
If it wasn't the thought process, it should have been. So, rematch of last year's NHL Eastern Conference Final. Rangers beat Tampa Bay 3-1. Vegas wins over the LA Kings 4-3 as hockey has begun. It started. Seattle is at Anaheim tonight, 7 o'clock, and Minnesota takes on the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm just telling you the people that are on my teams because I forgot where I was. Instead, I'll tell you the rest of the hockey matchups. Toronto, Montreal, Boston, Washington, Columbus, Johnny Gaudreau and your Columbus Blue Jackets take on Carolina. Chicago is at defending champion Colorado, and Vancouver takes on Edmonton. Those are your hockey matchups. It has started.
It's begun.
All right, there is your rapid fire sports. All right, thank you for being here. As I mentioned, we will come back. Final hour crew on the way. Fall in the monster's mouth. I will try a third straight day to get my 3 saves and a victory in Rocket League. So stay tuned. That's been a whole lot of fun to watch. Also, takeaways that were pretty okay. Clip of the day. It's Wednesday, October 12th, 2022. You have Sports.gaming and Hefty Goof on Gaming Morning Show, Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, GamingMorningShow.tv. interpretation better.
I like coming up with alternate lines to that lyric. Whoa, we're halfway there, and then you just try to rhyme with "living on a prayer." My favorite one is "lizard on a chair."
Oh, nice.
Oh, lizard on a chair, lizard on a chair.
Bear with some hair also gets the kids. They like that one a lot.
Bear with
Bear
some
with
hair.
some hair.
All right, give us 2 more, Mike.
We'll go to where was it? REM's "Losing My Religion." That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight.
Why is Kermit singing
Someone
this song?
heard. What's that?
Why was Kermit singing the song?
It was a little Stewie-esque too.
It happens.
Super. Can we have a
People
rating?
here, let's pee in the corner. Let's pee in the spotlight.
That one's better. I like that one. Apparently, this is just the one comic book franchise that no one can nail, right?
Yep. And there's so much good comic based material to pull from for Fantastic Four, and no one has been able to do it. I'm hoping now that it's back in Marvel's hands, they can do something better with it, because Fantastic Four is so vital to like the Marvel comic book universe, and missing that would be sad. So hopefully they nail it this time around.
That was they had outsourced that one to Fox, much like X-Men, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The Wicked Wicker Basket. He makes baskets. Yes, Hop Brew. The Wicker Man makes candles. How else do you get the wick in there? Seems pretty straightforward to me. Oh, Kiki's gonna defend the.
Just yelling, and the kids are all staring at her, trying to figure out what's going on. Why are you yelling,
I
Mrs.
will-
Austin Attack?
Is that what they call you in class? Miss
I
Austin,
think so.
Miss Attack 12.
Ms. 12.
Miss 12. Oh, Kiki, yeah. So everything bagel is pretty much what you'd expect. Just they throw all of the seeds. You get sesame, you get onion, you get garlic.
You get poppy seed.
Yeah.
You
Get some blueberries
get
on
French toast, blueberries. You throw some Asiago cheese. What else is on
there.
this
Next
list? Some
time you have the
garlic.
chance to go to a bagel shop, Kiki, that's where you can just walk in and be like, I'll take
Ask for an
everything,
everything.
please.
Yeah.
You'll either get the everything bagel or you'll leave with a lot of bagels. Either way, having a good time.
Like, why is this bag so big? I just wanted it in everything. They're like, oh, I
It's-
thought you wanted all the bagels.
It's become in vogue it became one of 90s pop's most iconic moments thanks to Jerry's Union Jack dress. And number 1, say you'll be there. That I don't agree with. There you go.
That's
There it
a
is.
terrible list. Wannabe's number 1.
No. No.
All day, every day.
Dun, 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 dun. Who do you think you are? Move it, shake it, groove it, make it. Who do you think you are?
No.
Ginger.
I don't even know
Kiki.
what that song is.
Ginger. That is me. I collected those nasty Spice Girls lollipops for the stickers. I didn't know there was. You tell me what Spice Girl you think you are. I'm gonna Google Spice Girls lollipops.
But who do you think you are?
Who are you?
By the way, I'm doing really good, Ryan, since you didn't ask this morning.
Hi, Mike. How are you doing?
No, it's too late. You lost your opportunity to find out how I'm doing today.
Okay.
Now it's just gonna be a mystery forever.
Hey, chat. Can we ask Mike how Mike's doing today?
I also think you missed National Kazoo Day.
Yeah, I think you skipped over that one.
Yeah.
I figured you.
Do you
guys
hate?
put-
Why do you hate kazoos?
I figured you just put that in there to try to get me to say something that I'm not supposed to say.
We've had to hide the kazoos in our house because I have three young daughters, and they think it's really funny to just stand outside my office and play the kazoo.
Ooh, that is funny. That's why that's funny. That's hilarious.
You know, we live in a 4,500 square foot house. It's obvious the best player with off.
coming up on Gaming Morning Show. Don't let the person floating from the balloons fall in the monster's mouth. And GMS, Morning Gaming Renews. Get ready for your takeaways that were pretty okay. And the clip of the day. Find GMS on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and GamingMorningshow.tv. And join our Discord. Go to GMS.watch and click on where to find GMS. All ahead on Gaming Morning Show. Time for hour number 3. Right now.
Morning, gamer. Welcome back. Gaming Morning Show continues. Thank you for being around here, present, accounted for, as we are on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and on Twitter Spaces, where you can listen to Gaming Morning Show without the burden of heavy data consumption on your phone, as relayed to us by iGood Apollo in chat. You can also tell us that you miss it when it's not there, like it was yesterday when Hefty Goof forgot to charge the phone. So, whatever.
Lame. Whatever, lame.
A lot of fun yesterday with GMS Tuesday nights. We played GMS Fudge. Went back to Resident Evil Hamlet. What's that?
It's a teeny tiny cheese and crackers.
There's some good crunching going on right there. Can't wait to eat more in that microphone.
GMS ASMR. We're in your ears.
That's a little squishy. Like, the crunch was good, and then it would be like you... Yeah. It's nothing worse than what Bob does, though.
Like that one.
Thank you for being here. Welcome into the Final Hour crew. It is good to see you on this Wednesday.
Welcome in, Final Hour crew.
October 12th, 2022.
Hello, FHC.
Dungeon Master KJ Quiet, I am gaming. Chris M.E., good morning to you. Says Sean eating zucchini bread this morning.
No, I went with itty witty bitty cheese and crackers.
Imagine having the option for zucchini bread and you chose crackers.
These were a lot faster. As there were many things to do. Zucchini bread will probably be on the way to work.
Nice. Forgettable Vendetta Mel B this morning. It's good to see you. Thank you for being here. Quiet, I am gaming. Good morning to you as well. Superphonic, Keith Anthony, Drew Mega had to take off a little early. Heavenly Soul, good morning. Thank you for being in chat at one point this morning. Businesses, it's good to see you. I am JF Downs, Gabe Pride, and many others. If I missed your name or repeated your name, or if you're lurking or listening, thank you for being here. Let's play Don't Let the Person Floating from the Balloons Fall in the Monster's Mouth. We continue to be on quite the tear in this game. We'll also try to recap our stories of the morning, those that we are tracking at this hour, with a Minnesota person making a pumpkin that weighed in at 2,560 pounds, and also the controversy behind 747 winning Fat Bear Week. So we'll try to recap those stories. We'll also have clip of the day, takeaways that were pretty okay, and more coming up on this edition of Gaming Morning Show.
To see the record for the most balloons banked in Don't Let the Person Floating from the Balloons Fall in the Monster's Mouth, remember to type the easy-to-remember acronym, ! DLTPFFTBFITMMREC.
This is the game. The person floats from the balloons. There's a monster. The monster looks hungry. It has a mouth. And if we don't guess the words or the letters in the right amount of time, then the person perils and falls into the monster's mouth, and there's just a ton of carnage on the screen.
Maximum carnage.
Maximum carnage. All right, so please put your guesses in the chat, and we will try to make them happen on the screen. And we start with I am JF Downs guessing the letter D.
D. No.
Well, Ma! Ryan was so desperate to protect his zucchini bread last night, I figured there might be more. Oh, there's more.
Oh, there's more.
Strangest thing. I pick up my zucchini bread, and I hear voices. It's terrifying.
That was so good.
R-E-L-S.
Let's see. R-E-L-S. All of those were winners.
Ding, ding, ding. Cha-ching.
Wow.
Oh, by the way, it's official crayon colors. Official crayon colors. Lilac loser. Lilac losier. King Gray was on my wavelength. Yep, lilac loser. I'm gonna guess lilac. I feel good about that one.
And then luster.
Oh, luster.
Ding, ding, ding.
Nice work. Nice work. Hoster.
Cracked.
Oh no, Quiet had it. Maybe we both did. We skipped over with 6 balloons. We're up to 611. You may read that as 61 on your screen, but I promise you it's 611. This is places. We're back to places again. 609 plus 2. See, I think this game at some point, when you lose, you shouldn't break the streak. You should you should get like penalized. Like you lose like 400 balloons. Okay, laugh. Lilac Luster was the name of my shoegaze band in high school. What genre is shoegaze?
T. Ding, ding, ding.
A D and an L as well being guessed.
D. Yes. L. No.
Now, King Gray tried Washington State, then regretted it. Wait, no. R from Quiet.
R.
That hit.
Cha-ching.
Sorry. King Gray guessed Washington State, and then immediately regretted it.
N. O. No.
No, they weren't. No, they're guessing those letters. Bob.
N. Yes. No.
Which one is it? Bob's confused. O, though, did hit.
O. No. Yes.
I think Bob needs a nap.
I think Bob always needs a nap.
Doesn't get much sleep in that box out in the garage.
Beep boop, beep boop.
Tower is the guess from Quiet. Correct.
Cha-ching.
Chris and Downs combined to spell now.
Now that's what I call music.
Volume 487. An S from Quiet.
S. Cha-ching. Hot broad nuggets.
Oh, Broadcast Tower.
Oh.
Straight out of the Broadcast Tower, right to your ears. Rip the knob off.
Cracked.
Nice work, Quiet. Nice work. 5 more banked balloons. 616. So we need to get to 69.6. That's what you said earlier. And then
yeah.
Yeah. And then the next milestone would be 690, right?
Yeah.
Famous brands. Famous brands. Okay, laugh. Always think it's an actual place. Lol. Downs goes, places is weird. They have been very abstract.
They're all over the place.
616, that's the real world in Marvel? What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Earth 616.
Oh, look at that. SRS. The guess is from KJ, K-Laugh, and Quiet.
Yes. No.
So we got the R out of that. Famous brands. I would laugh if it was that teddy bear brand that we talked about during the whole...
Stife.
Earlier in the show, we gave you a list of the most expensive teddy bears of all time. The most expensive one was a Louis Vuitton Stife mashup for $2.1 million.
A little ridiculous.
E.T.
Phone home. We got the T out of that. N from Calaf.
And no.
I don't know about the real world, but it's the main world we see in Marvel. So the 616 is the MCU, am I right?
Just Marvel in general. I think it.
Movie expert Hefty.
Yeah. Think it.
Shack Planet.
34 was Shack Planet. That was his number. At least with the Lakers. L.
So is Earth 34 just Earth, but everyone's Shack?
Yep. Real World Marvel Earth coming this fall. Quiet with Walmart.
Cracked.
Nice work. We still have time to continue playing. We're up to 620 banked balloons. This next one is more official crayon colors. If you didn't get enough lilac loser in your life, get ready. MCU has been referred to as 616. It's interesting because oh no, never mind. That's a different number. C, and then we get burnt orange again from Downs.
Now that's a big swing.
The F from King Gray.
F, yes.
620, raise it. Which version of Shaq is in the MCU? Shaq Fu, Kazam? Wait, wasn't Steel a Shaq movie? And is that a Marvel character?
I don't think so.
Google. Steel, Shaq. R from Sizz. We have guess of Forest from Calaf. You could see that one through the trees.
That's a big swing.
So Steel was definitely a movie. Military scientist takes to the street. It's a high-tech crusader. I just want to know, though, is it any... Oh, it's DC. Damn it. Oh, Steel is sort of... Oh, it's not even full DC. It's kind of DC.
Yeah, according to the Steel Wikipedia page, it's loosely based on the DC Comics character of the same name.
All right.
But it has 90% more Shaq.
SHAQ.
So Quiet Guess Amazon Forest, and that's what it is. I didn't know that was an official crayon color, but it is. However, Downs or anybody else, who wants to guess the Z? Just because we never ever get a guess Z, and you know it'd be kind of fun to be able to just write the letter Z down and not have anyone be like, "What are you doing?" Anyone? All right, Dutch Master KJ, thank you. Amazon Forest.
Cracked.
Oh my gosh, a great guess, Q. All right, there you go. 625 banked balloons. Nice work, y'all. Nice work.
Indeed.
All right, do you want to try 2v2 or 3v3 for this achievement?
Let's do a 3v3.
Okay. All right.
It should go faster.
Yeah.
2v2 might take a while.
Yeah, and I know we got to get you out at a certain time, so we'll do that. We are going to try to get me my weekly... No, this is a stage 2 achievement. I need to get 3 saves and a victory. We've had 3 saves twice. Yeah, twice. And then we lost both of those matches.
Yeah. One in a heartbreaking overtime.
Yeah, not good. Not good. But thank you for being here. We will have the Gaming Morning Show Morning Gaming Renews. We mentioned Overwatch again. There's more news about that recent release. Also, if you're into virtual reality, we have a couple of things to tell you about. That's coming up at 8:40 a.m. Pacific time today. I'll also give you our name of the morning, and appreciate everybody who's celebrating a subiversary this week. You can find out more about our Patreon subscriptions at patreon.com/gamingmorningshow. Big thanks to Dr. Chick Wallstormer. I am JF Downs, and hey, it's Brendan TTV for being Patreon subscribers and celebrating subiversaries this week. never know the best strategy necessarily. Should I just stay back there the whole time?
Unless we're making an obvious push.
Okay. Because that ball is like, spicy. No, spicy. You gotta go. I'm the goalie. Spicy. KJ just typed, I'm so proud of us making it past 600 and DLDK.
Sorry.
What did you write, KJ? DLDK DTHRELMBSUR. Perfect. Nailed it. Nice job, KJ. Don't let that kid dropping the helium-related elements, long monster beckons, surely ulcer reducing. I was on a good start. I couldn't bring that one home. I think Spicy Yams is trying to get 3 saves and a victory. Oh, and got one. Okay. Okay, Spicy Yams. Okay. Okay, Spicy Yams wants to play goalie. I don't think this is going to be the game. Could you send a message really quick to Spicy Yams?
Be like, dude, you're messing with our radio show format. We're trying to get achievements here.
If I had $1 every time Spicy Yams tried to steal my achievement. That's a good name, though, Spicy Yams.
Those are some spicy yams.
KJ says my dyslexia doesn't allow me to remember that long of an acronym. I think you did wonderfully, KJ. No crud.
Oh, man.
Although we do label that as easy to remember, of course. So DLT PFF IBF ITMM. Quiet says, to be fair, I always have to say the whole thing to make out sure I have the letters in the right order. So you know what's interesting is I don't know if you all have this issue. I certainly do. When I have to do what letter comes after a certain letter, I have to go through the alphabet song. Right now, my son on our walks home from school wants to throw leaves into the like drain and names them after letters. So he just goes in sequential order and is like, all right, goodbye, leaf C, we'll see you in the ocean. And he's like, all right, what comes after P? And I'll be like, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, P, Q, R, R. That's leaf R. And I was scrolling on YouTube Shorts the other day, and I saw somebody who was doing that when they were filing things. And this person goes, do you really have to sing the alphabet song every single time you try to remember a letter? He's like, that's ridiculous. And then the guy's like, well, you try it. And he's like, what letter comes after K? And he goes, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. He had to go through the same song as well. Oh, that's you. I'm so sorry.
Huh?
Nice.
Nice.
You got an assist? Assist, too.
I did.
Downs helped us out, KJ. Don't let the kid dangling their here wrong emblems, lest monster bite silly unique rapscallion.
Bonus points for rapscallion.
And lest monster. Nice work, Downs. Oh, crud. That could have been a save if I'd been paying attention. But I can't help but notice we're losing the match.
Yeah.
For now,
and now.
KJ says, excellent towns, thank you. It's the British version of don't let the person floating for the balloons fall in the monster's mouth. That was nicely centered for them. Drop dramatically. King Gray says, nice save. I did get one save in this effort that at one point was supposed to be to try to get the challenge. I'll have one more crack at it. I just won't have Sean's help, which is kind of a bummer.
Ooh.
Top left. Chicken Panda. I bet it's not even a real bear.
Bears aren't real.
Or a
They're
chicken.
just humans in bear suits.
Or chicken.
Especially pandas. Not polar bears, though.
I love Austin's theories. I can't not. I listen to that open every single day, and I just love when she goes, I speak for the Penguins. All right. Well, we're losers. You're going to have to leave on a loss.
That was rough.
Sorry, buddy. Wasn't meant to be.
Wasn't meant to be.
Well,
I
thank
blame
you.
Spicy yams.
Thank you for sharing your story, though. A good story. Sean told us about having a baby blanket that was converted into a not baby blanket, kind of patched into a quilt. That was kind of cool. You still have it, you said, right?
I do.
All right, if you can, throw a picture on Discord, and we'll take a look at that.
Will do.
All right, everyone say goodbye to Sean.
Goodbye.
And Bear. And Kissy Wissy, or whatever that thing's name is. Hard pass. I'm Hefty Goof. I'll take you the rest of the way. Thank you for being along for the ride. It is, in fact, the 12th day of October, 2022. Today, Hugh Jackman has a birthday. Tyler Blackburn and Iris Apatow among those who we talked about in our birthday segment at 6:50 this morning. Want to also tell you that Austin Attack 12 is continuing to raise funds for Stream for a Cause. Austin hit her primary goal yesterday during Austin's show, usually on Tuesdays and Friday, roughly around 3 p.m. Pacific time. So extended the goal out. There's going to be a Halloween party coming up on October 29th, and by virtue of hitting that goal yesterday, there will be a gift card giveaway during that 12-hour stream. So if you'd like to check out Austin Attack 12 streaming on Twitch, you can, twitch.tv/Austin Attack. Gonzo Gump is here with the Final Hour crew. Hello, Gonzo.
Hello, FHC.
Thank you for being here on this morning radio show that plays games. It's National Bring Your Teddy Bear to Work or School Day. What is, or was your comfort item? I had this, like, yellow baby blanket. It was very soft. It was very, like, knit material in the middle, and then it had, like, this satin border. And I remember constantly holding the satin border in my mouth. It was more of, like, I wasn't chewing on it. I was just more kind of like sucking on the edge of the blanket, and it was constantly gross. I don't know how much that thing got washed, but I do remember I had that thing for a long time. It lasted into, like, when I started to go to, like, summer camps as a kid, I had that blanket with me quite a bit. So yeah, remember that thing quite a bit. All right, we'll try maybe once or twice more to get this achievement. I'm going to get the 3 saves and a win. The saves sometimes are pretty easy to get. It just depends if, you know, they can kind of put one in frame when I'm down on the other end. May help there. I thought that person might nudge it. Get down, get down. I wonder if custom games count. Is that something that's a possibility? Quiet knows more about this game than I ever will know. What are custom games for? Like, is that where you can do like custom pairings with people? Kind of like private server type matches in Apex. And if I wanted to switch games, to be honest with you, I'd play Apex right now, but I just don't want to have to take the time to switch games. We will have GMS Sports, though, next Tuesday night, and then invite you again at 12:30 p.m. Pacific time. Coming up on Friday, we'll have our Week in Review Twitter Spaces. It's a Twitter Spaces exclusive. We'll look back at some of the things we talked about over the course of the week. Not entirely sure how the finalized format of that show will go, so we're definitely still presenting it in beta. Last week, it was just testing out equipment, making sure everything that we think we can do with Twitter Spaces is something that we can actually do. Be able to make sure that I can use my broadcast microphone on Twitter Spaces, but then still hear what people are saying as they jump in. So, yeah. So there's a lot of kind of testing and such still for that, but excited for it because it's kind of a classic radio style program, and that's one thing that we do well with GMS. So excited for it. Oh. Yeah, exactly like how we've done it before. It allows for private matches. I'd imagine not, because you could game that way too easy. Yeah, I was going to say, wouldn't that allow me to basically just be like, okay, I'm ready? I think it does say specifically online match in the thing for Rocket Pass. It's like, hey, you can do this in an online match. Now, virtue of trying to do this, we did get my weekly challenge, which was trying to get like 5 saves or something in online matches. So, but I'm close to actually completing this Rocket Pass relative to the last one, because I started with the 25 unlocked tiers. But I also did that in Apex Legends because I never ever finish Apex Legends, and I'm not going to finish this one either, because for a while there, I had been able to play like an arenas match, maybe right after the show or shortly after kids went to school or something. I just haven't been able to do that. So, Gonzo said, I had a rabbit skin that was my great-grandmother gave me. I used to call it Corito, which literally means just skin in Spanish. Oh, that's cool, Gonzo. Yeah, we had Keith Anthony give us a story of something that was handed down from grandmother to mother, now to Keith Anthony. It was a teddy bear. And there was a couple of them, because I think there was one that Keith gave to their wife. So, yeah. Downs goes, did I hear Radio Call-In Show? Twitter Spaces does have the ability to bring in people from the listening public. So, yeah, that might be part of what we do with that, too. So, we'll definitely let people know once we know, because honestly, at this point, I'm not entirely sure. I have like a template built out for a format, and that's definitely part of it, is to let people who want to chime in on topics be able to do that. So I imagine that would definitely be a case. Gonzo says, yeah, still have it in Mexico. That's cool, Gonzo. Yeah, I don't have any like sentimental objects from family like that. And like I said, I don't even know where that baby blanket is. The best story about the baby blanket, though, honestly, is that we were looking through either pictures, or I was at Hefty Wife's house with her parents, and it turns out that Hefty Wife had the exact same baby blanket that I did. It was the same kind of almost yellow color. Hers was a little paler, so maybe it was washed more. I could definitely be true. So, my great-grandmother's still alive? Oh my gosh, Gonzo, that's awesome. Yeah, I only have one grandparent, period, still alive. Let alone 0 great-grandparents. That's cool. And when you say rabbit skin, is that like... I know that rabbit's feet are like those kind of keychain looking things. Is that what you're referring to, or is that something different? Oh, she's in her 90s. We talked about today Angela Lansbury passing away yesterday, 96 years old. And I was talking about like Angela Lansbury kind of having just different moments of memory in my life. I remember watching Murder, She Wrote all the time on USA. Like it'd be like after school or something. Be like, huh. And Angela Lansbury was really good in that show. And I read a headline yesterday that was something along those lines where it was like, Murder, She Wrote wouldn't have worked if it wasn't for, you know, just her abilities. Because it was a very interesting, like, premise, right? Small town, and, well, everyone keeps dying, which, you know, is never a good thing. And she would just be like, yeah, well, it's not true that you, Mr. Whoever, were at this thing with Ms. Whomever, and just kind of, I don't know, it was just kind of interesting that it was like, this is always just by circumstance, Jessica Fletcher could solve the crime. So, but then there was Mrs. Potts, Bed Knobs on Broomsticks, or in Bed Knobs on Broomsticks, or something like that was a movie that I remember. So, yeah, Angela Lansbury was always there. Even Angela Lansbury was one of the characters in Anastasia. I think she was like the Duchess or something like that. Yeah, it was a good movie. The sentimental part of my tiger blanket is that I got it from the Delia's catalog. Remember those? I don't. I remember ordering things by catalog. I definitely remember getting the JCPenney catalog around the holiday season, and that was always a lot of fun, especially because they had a whole bunch of cool NFL stuff every year that I wanted. So, yeah. Like, there'd be Broncos blankets. I think that's where I got my Broncos, like, kids football set with the plastic helmet. A lot of people growing up in the late 80s, early 90s had those sets. So, now the entire skin minus the feet and head. Oh, it's literally a rabbit skin. I would love to see that, Gonzo. KJ says, I get older people in their 90s. Doesn't feel as old as it used to. My exact response is, yeah, it's crazy. She's in her 90s. She's so young. Yeah, I mean, I will tell you that I have heard, like, the line of thinking that, like, 50 is not as old as, you know, it seems. And I do remember when I was younger, 50 seemed incredibly old. And then I decided to try a different type of full-time career path. And I realized, like, hey, in the same amount of distance between the time I was, like, 21, I'll be this old. And that's, you know, not that old. So, yeah. But, you know, time is relative. I had, like I said, 3 of my 4 grandparents have passed away. And they were all much younger than the 90s. And then I have my one remaining grandparent who is in their 90s. And feels like they were and or are younger than any of my grandparents ever were. Like, I feel very lucky that my last remaining grandparent is in as good as health as they are. So it's amazing. But, you know, trying to not take it for granted anytime, because, you know, I don't live the healthiest lifestyle, and here I am, you know, still doing pretty okay. And there's some people that, you know, are constantly doing better nutritional and physical health habits than me, and you have these stories every once in a while where someone tragically, you know, has a heart attack and dies. Even like there was a football coach for Michigan this past weekend, who I think is the former running back for the Wolverines, Mike Hart, and collapsed whilst at the game. So it's sad. KJ says, I mean, none of my grandparents made it past 70, but my parents are both in their 70s. The spouse's grandparents are mid-90s, and Grandpa still goes to work 3 days a week. Wow. That's awesome. Yeah. Well, and sports broadcasters are kind of that group where, you do the job until you're well gone. Trying to think of some names. Gene Dickersoff, I believe is his name, is the play-by-play voice of both the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Florida State Seminoles. Finally gave up one of those. I think quit doing Florida State this year. And, when I met Gene was probably in the early 70s. So, yeah, there's a lot of broadcasters who will stay in that job and then they're out, they die in the booth. Was not Chick Hearn, Harry Callis? Is that the person I was thinking of who was still associated or doing a lot of the Phillies broadcasts when Harry passed away? I think I have that right. But yeah, Vin Scully. I mean, Vin Scully was still broadcasting Dodgers games until, he was, well, older. Gonzo, just like Supreme Court justices. I will admit that there is a different seriousness to the nature of the work that we do as sportscasters compared to how work should be done in the Supreme Court. And so however age plays into that should be noted. A nice line. Nice line. If you missed This Day in Gaming History, we told you about Tokyo Game Show in 2001 was held. The Virtua Fighter 4 game was shown for PlayStation 4. And the Xbox video game system was seen for the first time in Japan. Namco released Namco Museum for GameCube. It was a collection of games that included some of the Pac-Man games and pole position games. Galaga was in there as well, if I'm saying that correctly. Nintendo released Paper Mario this day in 2004. The Outrun 2 video game came out this day back in 2004 as well. And then you had Blood Rain 2 that came out this day in Xbox and PlayStation 2 history. Really did not expect that to fly over to the side. I'm out of boost. I need some more boost. I lost my boost. Alright, after this, we'll take our Billy Thundergun Teammate of the Match Award winner and say congratulations. You are one of life's winners. We'll also have our clip of the day and takeaways that were pretty okay. So we have that. And if you're watching somewhere on Twitch, we'll send you via the raid somewhere else. Thank you for being here this morning on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and at gamingmorningshow.tv, and also listening or lurking with Twitter Spaces, which is always an option if you do not want the, quote, heavy data consumption of having Twitch open whilst you're at work. I've recently been... So I still don't have an unlimited internet plan because the cell phone carrier I have, when you switch to unlimited data, they have the right to like throttle internet speeds. And honestly, on the consumer side of things, if I was just using my phone for like watching stuff and, you know, surfing the internet and all those kind of things. Sorry, just a sec. Sports Gaming in chat just said, did I bring Kissy Missy to Ryan's house and hide her somewhere? Hard to say. Time will... No. 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 Don't do that to me. Sean? No. Not okay. Sean? That thing better not be in my house. Sean? Sean! Alright, we won. How about that? Very good last game of the day. Last game of the day. Nice work. Proud of y'all. Good job.
You are one of life's winners.
8:43 West Coast time. It's 11:43 out east. 4:43 for those watching GMS in the UK. Doo-doo-doo. Thank you for being here. Anyway, I need my phone to be able to not be throttled because sometimes we have to use it to stream we have to stream video with it, and it has to be at a certain bandwidth, so we can't have that be a possibility. And so I've never switched, but I've been having like my phone randomly tell me that I'm using like so much data, and I don't know what. Nothing's changed. So I've been like deleting apps. That's why I finally started to close all 300 plus tabs in my Safari, because I thought maybe there was something in there that was eating data. It was really bizarre. I don't remember how I got on that topic, but thank you for being here. Sports Talk Gaming says, who knows? Boo! You suck! Don't like that. Don't like that at all. All right, your gaming morning show, Morning Gaming Renews. These are video game headlines of the day. We told you that Overwatch 2 has been in the news as of late. That's definitely something that's true. But we are also telling you that Ryan Dinsdale of IGN's reporting that because it has launched in such a rough way, that Overwatch 2 is giving away some compensation, including some free skins, offering double XP just because people have not been able to play it as much as perhaps they had hopefully wanted. If you're looking to go to the office in virtual reality, maybe that's the future. Maybe we're all going kind of like Ready Player One style to the office, and we're all wearing virtual headsets and saying hi to each other in the office using virtual headsets. If that's the future that you imagine, well, Meta says, hey, it might be possible because they're launching a new Quest Pro VR headset. So there's some options there if you're interested. I have not thought about going and doing work via VR, but I've heard of people who tried during the pandemic because you can get like immersed in it, and so it kind of feels like you're not in the space that you're in. I just don't imagine the part of like working on an Excel spreadsheet in front of me while being in VR, but I also haven't tried it. So until I try it, how would I know? That Pro headset is available. I can't remember what the release date was, but this one I'm more excited about because it has a release date that I do remember, which is November. Among Us is coming to VR. That's going to be like simultaneously fun and very eerie because at any point you could turn around and yeah, there's somebody there. And man, I wonder what the animation is for the imposter-ness, like the actual like stabbing part. You know how because it cuts away and you're like, oh, and it's like stab, stab, stab. Wonder what that will look like in VR. It's kind of disturbing. Our name of the morning is among the out today games: Bloodwash, Lego Brick Tales, Stardow, something like that. Stardos. The Battle of Polytopia, Unusual Findings is out today. So is Valkyrie Champions, War Pipes or War Pips, WW2 Bunker Simulator, and today's name of the morning goes to Go All Out. All right, who had an outstanding contribution to chat today? Our Billy Thundergun Teammate of the Match Award winner. I do remind you that if you miss any of the Gaming Morning Show Morning Gaming News, you can find it all on our Twitter at WatchGMS by searching the hashtag GMS Morning Gaming News. I promised myself I'd pay better attention to this during the first hour. I completely forgot to do that today. You know, I'm going to give it to the teamwork of one Dungeon Meowster KJ and I am JF Downs. Dungeon Meowster KJ came through and could not remember the acronym, the easy to remember acronym for Don't Let the Person Floating from the Balloons Fall in the Monster's Mouth, and instead gave us the following. I'm proud of us making it past 600 in DL, DK, DTHRE, LM, BSUR, exclamation point. I am also proud of that achievement, by the way. We've never seen 600 banked balloons in that game. And so that was responded to by Downs to say, don't let the kid dangling there hear wrong emblems, lest monster bites, silly, unique rapscallion. DLD, KD, THRE, LMBSUR. So to you, Downs and KJ, co-winners of the
Billy Thundergun Teammate of the Match Award.
Brought to you by Diet Sunkissed Orange. All right, what are your takeaways that were pretty okay? We'll share those coming up after the clip of the day. The clip of the day. Hey, look, it's the clip of the day. Toot toot.
He's the voice of Shinjiro in the Netflix animated series Ultraman.
Ooh, that's definitely a Richard Shotwell photo.
It is Bob Good Eye. Look at that.
I swear. Good job.
Sitting right there on the red carpet. It's definitely at the TCL Chinese Theater. Tender Loving Care Theater. Actress Iris Apatow turns 20 today.
She played the child actress Arya, who was tortured by Gus on Love.
Tutored.
No, tortured.
I don't want to study, Gus. You're gonna study, damn it. Love is a whole different movie if it's tortured.
Tortured. It's a horror film.
Horror.
Horror.
It's amazing what happens when you change one verb for another. Horror film. Tortured versus tutored. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, what are your takeaways that were pretty okay? What is something you learned from today's Gaming Morning Show? We will, of course, be back tomorrow as we are Monday through Friday, 6 to 9 a.m. Pacific Time on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and at gamingmorningshow.tv. Thank you for being here. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoy getting the opportunity to do the show every single weekday morning. It brings me a lot of happiness, and for that, I am thankful to you for being along for the ride. So thank you for being here. We'll see you again, of course, tomorrow as we do Monday through Friday, 6 to 9 a.m. Pacific Time on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and at gamingmorningshow.tv. Wow. Let's go ahead and send you over here. I didn't find anyone in a quick look through some suggested channels. We've been having a very good run of people going that way for who we send you to if you're watching on Twitch. So instead, we're going to send you today over to Archie, if you'd be so kind as to say good morning from GMS. Archie is out of Dubai. Plan on world domination. I mean, making friends and spreading joy. I'm super chatty. Propega, Dory like memory with a hint of masochism. Bonk. Weapons are elite. Noobs are my meat. And no way. No, you may not see my feet. I've never read that one from Archie. Archie's playing Elden Ring, has a $50 Steam gift card to give away as well. So if you'd like to win, stick around. We will send you over there after the end of today's show. We're going to show you the best moments of GMS from today as we send you over to say good morning from GMS to Archie. So again, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here last night as well. We had a lot of fun with with playing Resident Evil Village for the first time in a while. I know you all had a lot more fun than I had, but I know that many people had fun, and so that's what matters. And so we'll be back next week as well with our GMS Sports edition of GMS Sports edition of GMS Tuesday nights. So I think that covers all the bases. As far as takeaways that were pretty okay, I'm going to be looking for apparently Chrissy or Kissy Wissy or whatever that thing's name is for the rest of the day in my house. So that's fun, I suppose. Yay. So I'm so excited that's the case. I'm going to be searching around my house all day long to try to find this wonderful creation that has been bestowed upon us in life. So all right, for everyone who made it possible, I'm Hefty Goof. Thank you for having fun with us. Austin Attack 12, again, is having the fundraiser all this month for Stream for a Cause. So if you have a chance to stop by any of Austin's streams, also Monsters and Friends podcast is available now everywhere podcasts are available, including Uncle Rico's Podcast Emporium. So check that out. We will see you again coming up on Thursday. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you, fam, for my favorite morning show. We're taking off. You can go to Austin's stream by finding Austin here. Thank you for being here, fam. Thank you, Mel B, for being here on YouTube. K-Laugh, Dungeon Master KJ, I am JF Downs, everyone else who made it possible. I am Hefty Goof, and this has been Gaming Morning Show. Have a great rest of your day, everyone. Goodbye. I would hear something move, and I'd be like, they're moving. I'm going to look back there. It's going to be like terrifying.
So good.
Scotchick says, so what you don't want to do is fall asleep whilst watching someone play Resident Evil. You will have weird dreams, and the screaming will make you jolt. See, now I feel bad. Scotchick had bad dreams because we chose to play a silly game.
I still think she's okay with it.
I am happy everyone had fun. That was really tense. And the Resident Evil part that we got to, this was Resident Evil Village. Everyone had said this was the part, and it didn't disappoint. I even showed it to Hefty Wife, and I was like, look at this. And when Hefty Wife is incredibly terrified, she always goes, oh, Ryan. Subscribers, and thank you, Sean, for the Gaming Morning Show Morning Gaming News.
You bet.
Yeah, I think Among Us in VR would actually be kind of cool. Yeah, I just need to bust out my headset. Down says I have VR but don't use it. I'm kind of the same way, where I had stopped using it because I thought that maybe it was giving me like eye problems. I've asked Sean, I've asked my PCP, primary care physician, I've asked my eye doctor. Consensus is it's probably not giving me any sort of eye issues, so I guess I'll open it back up and try it again. I was enjoying it. I just got freaked out because all of a sudden I started seeing little dots and stuff in my eyes. So
yeah,
bad coincidence apparently.
Yep, hey, it's just getting old.
Thank you. Drew Mega says, but was it in caps? Yeah.
So he performed at the Tony Awards and won an Emmy for that performance.
That seems kind of fishy.
Yeah, but there's a lot of those for performances at variety programs at awards and stuff.
I mean, it's
like
on
that.
TV, so I get it. But
Yeah. Not included in the EGOT, he has won a Golden Globe Award for Les Mis. His Grammy was for the soundtrack for Greatest Showman, Best Compilation Soundtrack Album for Visual Media. And his Tony was Best Actor in a Musical back in 2004 for The Boy from Oz. So, yeah, gotta get that Academy Award.
if the EGOT also included the Golden Globes, it'd be the E-G-G-G-G-Ot.
GGOT.
The EGOT GG.